That's how it works. You said that I was laughing at it, apparently. That's why I was banned, and not true. Funny world, eh? Try and help a brother out.
No good deed, bro. You know.
Yeah, well, maybe the good deed was the reward of being banned.
All right.
I got a bit more. Yeah, I got a bit more time back. I don't have to engage with it anymore.
Yeah, I was reading or looking at a video. It's so cool. Well, do you know Chat GPT cannot actually produce a full glass of wine? I thought that was interesting. If you ask it to show you a full glass of wine, it'll only ever show you like a half full glass.
It can bend horizontal though, ChatGPT.
Yeah. Although, I thought it was cool. I asked ChatGPT, does the Earth present itself as flat? And it says, yep, locally, totally presents itself as flat.
Even though it's not flat.
No, I mean, to you and to me and to everybody else on the Earth, we experience it as flat. That's what it was, it's kind of agreeing to that.
I don't.
You might do, but, I don't.
Well, I mean, you can live in your own special world, but like to everybody else.
Multiple realities.
So we all live
Well, I
in our
mean,
own special world.
well, you guys believe in a lot of different dimensions, but I'm just saying,
You
like,
guys, I thought it was a personal thing. You said you guys.
Well, like, do you believe in the standard model?
I don't know what the
I don't
standard
know what that
model
is.
you're
So
talking about.
I'm going to
Do you
withhold
believe in a
from that one.
Do you believe in a globe Earth?
Yeah, it's spherical.
Okay, so if you have to extrapolate that into all the other implications of that, you guys have come up with this idea of like 11 dimensions, right?
No, I don't need to do that.
Okay, but so do you disagree with the idea that the Earth presents itself as flat?
Yes.
Okay, so Chat GPT and most scientists would disagree with you.
No, I don't think they would.
Well, you might not think that, but
I mean,
you're
I
also
don't know
wrong.
about ChatGPT since that's a hallucinating AI model, so I don't think that's very trustworthy. But no, I don't think many scientists would agree with that.
Well,
Many scientists might say you on a small enough scale, you could ignore its curvature
do you think
when
that
dealing
you've
with
seen
building structures and whatever. But that doesn't mean
do you
it's
think
presenting itself as flat.
do you think you've seen curvature from an airplane?
I'm not sure. I've been on an airplane. I don't recall seeing any significant curvature of the Earth.
Right. So, like, I mean, just like before flat Earth became a thing, everyone pretty much generally accepted the idea that the Earth presented itself to the observer as flat. So, like, and then it was the scientific conclusions of the stars that led them to believe that they lived on a sphere, which was counterintuitive to the idea that Earth was flat. So,
No.
for you to say that the Earth doesn't present itself as flat, you're creating your own history, dude. Like, you guys have
No, I
been.
don't need to talk about history. I could talk about
Well,
my
I
own
mean,
experiences.
right. You have a fucking. I mean, I think all I'm trying to say, dude, is that you guys, like, ever since Flat Earth came out, there's been a special breed of this new cosmology shit, like yourself, who think that you could just say that
No, I'm
the
not
Earth
really talking
presents
about
itself as
cosmology.
a sphere. Well, no, I mean, but ever since Flat Earth, like, everybody in the world agreed the Earth presented itself as flat, except for these, like, anomalous little measurements and stuff. But when you guys then
No,
come out
I
and
don't
try to say,
think.
no, no,
Well,
no,
flat
no, no,
Earth has been a theory for
I can see it
centuries.
bending. Right, but they're measured, like, they've always agreed that the Earth presents itself as flat. And what I'm trying to say,
No,
before Flat Earth, well, no, not until Flat Earth became popular, did
Simply not
you
true.
religious dick-sucking faggots show up with your own new religion, dude.
no,
You're
that's
not
not
even
true.
willing to. The problem is you're
I'm not
not even
religious,
willing to have a
and I don't
formal
suck dick.
like. You sound like it, fucking
You're
dude.
building
Like
a
my
straw
point
man.
is that like it's just that
Oh,
when
they're so abusive like that.
you
Isn't it?
guys have come up, I'm a dick, dude. I'm not gonna mute you. I'm not gonna ban you. I'm not gonna mod you. Don't worry. You can be a dick to me too. I don't care.
No straw
The
man.
fucking hold on. Well, I'm here for it, bro. Fucking like yo,
Don't
my point is
don't
just
do
this.
it.
Not, dude. Hold on. Until the like up until Flat Earth came out, everybody fucking agreed that the Earth was flat. Presented itself as flat. And that like it took the inquisitive mind to realize that we lived on a sphere. But ever since Flat Earth
Now
came
we've
out,
done that.
you guys are religiously retarded and come with this new shit, which is like
No,
you can't
because
even argue with you guys because you've created your own history.
we used inquisitive minds. So
No.
what's wrong with that?
No, I'm not talking. Yeah, well, I'm not talking about history. I'm not talking about any of that. But no, the Earth does not present itself as flat. Yes,
Okay,
it
well
does.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
that's what Chat GPT says. It's what fucking
I
history
don't
books
care about what
say.
ChatGPT says. If
Okay, it's what
ChatGPT says that,
history
then it's
books
wrong.
say. It's what history
Well,
books
if the history books
say.
say that, then it's
Yeah,
wrong.
they're in the past, aren't they? And now we know it's a globe. So it doesn't present like
We
that
don't even
anymore.
need to even before we know it's a globe. No, it doesn't present itself as flat.
Well, a tiny bit.
Well, no, because if there's any curvature at all, then it's
Hey,
not presenting
Dawn,
itself
bring
as
this
flat.
If you're
bring this
if you're a
crackhead back
peasant,
to reality, dude.
if you're a peasant, it presents as flat until you've heard the theory that it might not be. Can we agree on that?
No,
Okay, so
because all I have
never.
to do is look across the
Yeah,
ocean.
okay.
See
Sorry,
the
so we're
horizon
not
not
even
raised to
gonna.
eye level.
We can't even acknowledge the presenting because it's the wrong word and it's a straw man.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
just
it
saying, like
is
you
a wrong
guys
word.
have your own.
The Earth isn't presenting itself. It's not making a conscious of it. It's not saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm flat."
No, you just created a. I mean, granted, I know you guys want to. You're like Democrats. You got to win at any cost, even if you're going to lie, cheat,
I'm
and
definitely
steal.
not a Democrat.
Truth at
Well, you
any
sound like
cost,
one.
not win and
Definitely,
truth.
definitely a Democrat. You can. I tell you, what, you present
Did I
yourself
present
as a
myself as a
Democrat.
Democrat?
You present
Okay.
yourself as a Democrat, despite what you talk
Well, here's
about.
the thing: I'm not a
Like,
Democrat. So whatever
I know, but
whatever information you're getting from how you're interpreting what things are presenting themselves as is clearly not a reliable source of coming to a
well, the
conclusion.
Earth presents itself as
And
flat,
that's
and you
the
present
truth of
yourself like a gay
the world.
Democrat. That's just what it is, bro.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't.
Well,
Don't
both
be
of
mad
those
at
are
me,
wrong.
bro. It's
So
just what
Now
it
you're
is.
presenting as a bigot.
Don't be mad at me, dude. It's just what it is.
Can
Bro.
I ask the question? Is this over the wordplay, right? Semantics, because you're saying presenting, like he's presenting on a play. Now, are you saying that when you observe over the ocean, you're looking, sweetheart, and just looking across at that horizon and everything, that you're telling me that it does not look like it's flat? Look.
yes, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he
So
probably
how are you
wears big.
seeing anything different than that?
He's got big googly glasses.
Because all I have
on.
to do, because all I have to do is go up in altitude, and when you go up in altitude, you see that the horizon does not raise to eye level.
That is
like it
not
would do
what
if it
the
was
question was.
So
Was
therefore,
it?
the Earth is not presenting itself as flat; it is presenting itself as curved.
So how many people were back then flying all over the world and shit and doing that?
I don't know. Okay, but it's not presenting itself.
So you
as
weren't
flat.
actually caring about the conversation then and the questions asked at hand. Not if you go out there right now and go look, right? We're talking about if you went and looked on the ground, would it look or present, because he was using the right word too, as it's flat? Not when you go up in a plane, go up in altitude, you change shit.
What about boats over the coast?
No.
That's not presenting as flat
And
anymore.
honey, I
at
also
that
fly.
point.
I just flew to Canada, I fly to UK. I don't know where you're seeing that it presents itself or looks like. It's not flat. When am I supposed to see that it is actually curving out here when I'm flying? I'd like to see that, please.
Wish I
Because
could
I don't see that when I'm flying. I see a lot of flatness, man, on the ground, everywhere.
Just pull out a level. You can look across it, and you'll see that the horizon is below your eye level. Which it will not do if it is flat. Because you know perspective that we all love so much. That will cause things below your eye level to raise to eye level.
You're in a
as they go
cult,
away
dude, and
in distance.
you're here. You're trying to bring some ideas that are gay and retarded to us.
What?
So can you just talk without?
You don't even have a basis in like normal. Bring it to me. I don't give a fuck. Talk shit to me too. Then bring it up your game. Fucking like
No, see,
all I'm
because I'm
saying is that
above it.
like the
I don't
Earth
think
has
it's
generally been
productive.
accepted. So fucking leave.
Earth presents
So
as
what?
a big
No, I'm good.
globe. That's how it presents, as a big globe.
The Earth presents itself as flat and motionless, according to most people, dude. If you can't
No,
have a conversation like with most people, you're probably a retard, dude.
it just doesn't. That's a meme.
Okay, well, argue about it with the computer then, because that's what it says. That's why I
No,
was
you're the
saying
one
it's
You're the
interesting.
one straw manning.
Yeah, no. I was bringing up the idea that AI, when asked if the Earth presents itself as flat, it agrees that it does.
You present yourself as straight.
I don't care. I don't
idiot.
care. I'm not
It's flat.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, I know you don't care because you're in a cult, dude. I get it.
No, I don't care because it's not
Yeah, yes,
it's
you're in a
incorrect
cult, dude.
information.
You're in a cult, dude.
I'm not.
No,
Who's
you.
my cult leader?
Okay, how about this? How about this? Can you give me cite something for me that says the Earth doesn't present itself as flat?
Boats
Yeah,
over the
you just look
curve.
across the ocean and you see the boats.
I
behind
want to cite. No. Cite. No, I want some corroboration because you live in your own fucking world, man. What's some corroboration? Give me some fucking
Google.
you. No, I'm
evidence.
telling you. I'm
Google.
telling you to go out and research the own world that you live on.
I'm
You and
telling you
me
to
live in the
leave the
same world.
fucking. I'm telling you to leave Discord and go
I
get a life,
do.
dude. I'm saying just fucking like agree. Like, give me a source that says or corroborates what you're talking about. I have
Yeah, the
sources that can
source is go
corroborate.
to your nearest but large body of water. You can either watch the boat sail away, or you could get on a boat and look at the buildings behind you and just sail away, and you'll see the boats either dip down or the buildings dip down as you sail away from them. That is the Earth presenting itself as curved.
Vladdy, you cut out, unfortunately. You want to try that again?
I said, did Trump upset Issa today or something? Seems like he's in a bit of a mood.
No, it's just Democrats so retarded that they come in here with this bullshit like the Earth doesn't present itself as flat.
That's a yes.
Well, to someone who's retarded
I mean,
like
hopefully
yourself,
you can
Donnie.
tell that.
He's in a bit of a mood.
No, it's just Democrats so retarded that they come in here with this bullshit like the Earth doesn't present itself as flat.
That's a yes.
Well, to someone who's retarded
I mean,
like
hopefully
yourself,
you can
Donnie,
tell that
could be.
neither me nor Dawn are American. So
I know you're like
we're
whatever the
definitely not
Communist
Democrats.
Party is in England. I get it, dude. You're a bunch of witches.
Oh
You
my
think sucking
God.
dick makes you special, or
Absolutely
like
not.
Aleister Crowley or something, dude. I get
All
it.
right, you guys, but Issa, this is not how normal
You
people
know,
talk in
sticking
the
a
real
dildo up
world.
your ass doesn't make you Aleister Crowley, Dawn.
Well, that's not going to help you
Fucking
make any
crackheads.
point. You can't make any point.
Okay. Well, no, my point is that you can't have a
You're such
conversation
a
with people who
layman, Don.
don't, with people that don't come to have like a rational turn. Like we'd have to agree on something so we could discuss something. But you
Do you
guys
think
are
calling
in a
people
cult.
gay and
So.
retarded and accusing them of being Democrats or whatever, do you think any of this is
Could
part
you
of a
agree?
productive
Is
conversation?
this a fucking debate channel, or are you just a pussy, dude?
Could you agree that the Earth
I'm here to
presents
debate.
as a big globe?
Yeah, I'm here to debate, but how can I debate with someone who doesn't even have a grasp on general consensus reality?
I think
I do
we
have a
can
grasp on
debate
general
without
consensus
having to be
reality, and the general
derogatory or
consensus of
disrespectful to
reality
one
is that the
another.
Earth presents itself as curved,
Pretty sure we can.
a big curvy ball.
No, look. Well, for instance, like I said to you earlier, I said, have you seen a curvature on a plane? You said no, and then you said, well, I've been on a plane and it looks like it's curving. So, like a typical Democrat hypocrite, right? I'm just saying it's like you can't have it both ways, and like you guys want to have
No,
it both
that's
ways. You'll lie to have it both ways. It's like
All
a
balls,
common
all
thing
balls have it
today. I get
both
it.
ways. All
You're like
balls.
angry women. You're just angry feminists born in male bodies, right? That's all. You got gender fluidity
You're
going
never
on.
going to win a debate like
yeah.
this.
Says the guy that's
I
talking
don't
to
care about
Democrats.
winning a debate with a bunch of
But
cult
no,
members.
that's not a
You
hypocrite
can't actually win
statement.
with a bunch of cult
Well,
members
you're
because
going to
they
lose
have
then.
no.
If you don't
Well,
care
no, no.
about
If
winning,
we can't
you're
come
going to
to
lose.
the agreement, if you can't come to an agreement, like for instance, if something as simple as the Earth presents itself as flat,
Well, let's
right?
try you on
Then
it.
if you can't come to that agreement, Dawn, then there's no
Can you
having a
agree?
conversation.
Can you agree that the Earth presents itself as a big globe, a possible big globe?
Why would I do that when all
See?
sources seem
So
to
you can't
suggest that?
agree either.
Hold
So
on.
now we're
Well,
equal.
I have a reasoning behind my agreement, my disagreement, though, and the
We all do.
disagreement is no, we don't.
Yes.
You guys are in some weird fairyland. What I'm saying is that like most people, even like this is what's so weird is that there's like everyone thought the Earth was flat until they figured out a couple different scientific points. So if you're going to say that those scientific points that eluded people for so long are just so glaringly obvious to you, then you're not in line with what history says. And that's where you're in a cult. Because you're not even like, you don't have a agreed upon reality to discuss off of.
Neither could you agree
That's why
with
you're in a
my
cult. That's
proposition.
how I know you're in a fucking
You
cult,
couldn't
because you
agree with
can't even
my
come to
proposition
agreement with
either,
general
could you?
consensus.
You couldn't agree with my proposition, so that makes you in a cult by your logic.
Well, your proposition that putting a dildo up your ass makes you Aleister Crowley is null and void,
No,
bro.
that was your last point that didn't hit home.
That's what you sounded like.
Doesn't make sense, dude.
Just like your
nowhere.
premise that the fucking Earth presents itself as a globe doesn't make sense.
So
Grow
neither
up.
does your presenting itself as flat. Now we're equal.
Except it's
Well, the
pretty
difference is the Earth does present
except I got
itself as a globe.
ChatGPT with a source. Give me a fucking corroboration.
You're
Corroborate
just
your
Ask
idea.
ChatGPT what
You're
shape the
biased.
Earth is. You seem to
I
be
said it
very
presents itself.
trusting.
Yeah, no,
Right,
I
but
understand you trust. No, dude, you trust a bunch of gay Nazi scientists. I get it. But my point is that like it doesn't
No.
present itself as fucking as a globe.
Look, Isa, you seem to be like happy to appeal to what ChatGPT says. So why don't you go ask ChatGPT whether the Earth is flat or whether it's a globe or spherical?
No,
Let's
we're
see what it
saying
says.
whether it presents itself as flat or a globe, and it says it says that it presents itself as flat, and you disagree with that because you're in a cult.
Yeah, I do disagree with that because it's not true. But you, however, seem to be happy to appeal to ChatGPT. Well, because obviously the end point of this whole discussion is whether the Earth is flat or a ball. So if you could
No,
just
the
ask
point is I have a
ChatGPT whether
the point
the
is
Earth
I
is
have a
flat or a
source.
ball,
You don't.
then you'll
No, I
find
have
out
a
that you're on
source.
the wrong side of this discussion.
No, I have a source, and you don't. That's the difference here.
No, you don't.
Where's your source? What's your source?
My source is my own experiences.
Okay, so you're in a cult. Got it.
No,
You're in a
that's
cult.
like the exact opposite of what a cult is.
The flat Earth.
No, you're in your own little world because most people have like at least can admit, unlike
No,
you
they don't.
cultists. Oh yeah, no, they can, Dawn. You're just in an
No.
anti-flat Earth cult. It's okay, Dawn.
Okay.
You've been like
Normal
traumatized
people
by a bunch of.
definitely don't agree with you. Definitely
Were
not.
you abducted, Dawn, and made a witch, or did you choose to be a witch?
Nothing to do with the conversation again.
Did they grab you from the fucking the EBT line and fucking take you into a fucking van and convert you into a fucking Nazi or what? Because
Word
like
salad.
it's
Right.
generally accepted that fucking the Earth presents itself as flat.
Normal
If you
people
guys
don't
can't
agree with
if you
you.
guys can't accept that, you're just angry, and it's like I'm
Yeah,
so glad Donald Trump won
I
and you
asked
lost.
you. I asked you to
Why
accept
would
that it
I'm very happy
presents
that
as
Trump won.
curving, and you said no, can't accept that.
Yeah, it doesn't present itself as curving.
See, so we're
Yes, it does.
equal. We just disagree.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It literally, Dawn. The
We
point is
just
that I'm
disagree.
talking from a point of consensus. We disagree because you're
No,
in a
you're
cult.
not.
You're in a
Normal people
cult.
don't agree with you. They're not flat earthers. They don't like Trump.
Well, at least we
Normal
won, right?
people
Just like flat
disagree with you.
just like you losers create flat earthers every day by being such obnoxious pricks. Just in the same way we love Trump.
Consensus completely disagree
Isa,
love
do you
Trump.
think you're not being an obnoxious prick right now?
I don't care. What are you going to say I am? I don't care about your
Well, so
opinion
there,
about
you're
me.
being an
Why would I
obnoxious
care
prick.
about someone
You're
who
creating
can't
more
even fucking
globers every day
understand?
by being irrational and crazy.
Well, I mean, dude, we're already considered irrational and crazy, and more people are joining us every day because
No, they're not.
you're more irrational and crazy.
No, they're not.
No, okay, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my line, you faggot. Nice try. Create something new, you faggot. You guys can't even create anything new. You have no fucking entertainment value. You're boring, and you live in a fucking reality nobody else experiences.
No, I live in the same reality as you. When I look across the ocean, the boats go down.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
you're
Earth
on
presenting itself
medication.
as curved.
You're probably on medication and need it, dude.
No, I'm not.
So are you.
Sounds like you
Or
should
maybe
be on
should
medication if you're not. You need to take a chill pill.
Guys are
No,
right.
dude,
It's the globers that do all the converting to flat Earth,
Oh, dude,
not the flat
I've been
Earthers.
coming. Yeah, I've been coming here for a long time, hanging out with people that I like to discuss all kinds of events with. I've never heard you before, dude. Are you new to this? You new to
Me, am I
Flat
new to
Earth?
this?
Did you just find out about it and make a Discord account yesterday so you could come here and tell us how smart you are?
No, and you can check my account age if you want to.
I don't care to. But my point is
You just
like,
asked me
I've
to.
never heard. Yeah, I don't. Again, I asked you a
fine.
question. If you're brand new,
You don't need to know me.
I know you. You guys are just, probably autistic, vaccine injured, and shit. I get it, dude. I'm sorry for you.
No, none of those.
Well, you wouldn't
Oh my
know,
god,
would
it's
you?
almost like every single assumption that the
I feel like
flat
your
earther
parents
makes is
would know.
wrong. Crazy,
Your
that
parents-
isn't it?
To all the
Your parents
autistic
would know
people
if you're
listening,
vaccinated.
forgive us, and please don't make
You wouldn't.
autistic comments like that, Issa. Okay, I'm sorry. I got family and friends that are autistic. They're some of the most beautiful children. They've been through some shit. Let's not make comments like that about each other. It's a real disability. All right, let's
Don't
stop
take
now.
it hard, man. I really, I don't care.
No, but you don't want me talking about anyone in your family that you know may have an issue like that, right? Would you? Or anyone in general? Your way you're talking to
don't
people is
care.
not
If
going to ever
somebody-
bring anyone to flat earth. What this does is push people away because it's bad behavior.
No, actually, it brings more
All you're
people
doing
in
is
'cause
humiliating yourself by being unable to actually formulate any real arguments. and
Okay,
defend your
anyway,
position
like
at all.
real people actually are kind of like happy when people stand up against vaccine injuries and point out the fact that autism is mostly vaccine created. You know what I mean? When
Doesn't
people
Yeah,
point
but
out
in a behavior
It's
that
not
is
true at all.
accepted.
my thing is like if I'm dealing with someone, it's a 1 in 30 chance that somebody's autistic, and I feel like I'm talking to two of them right now, in Dawn and this other character. So I mean, I think a lot of people are more vaccine injured than if you're fucking thinking that the Earth presents itself with curvature, you might be vaccine
All
injured.
probably vaccine injured and probably including yourself, hun, in some manner.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. If you're waking up seeing curvature, you're probably vaccine injured, dude.
So are you.
Good one, Dawn.
What, so you managed
Maybe you
to
should have
avoid
got a
them all?
vaccine.
Did you? Your parents were anti-vaxxers and you never got anything. Bullshit.
It'd explain a lot. Maybe you got some like brain infection or something that you could have been
Yeah, dude,
vaccinated
that's my
against.
joke, guys. Come up with something new. Come up with something creative. Oh, that's right. You can't. Sorry.
You'd take it if they
If
made
you're
you
gonna
take
offend,
it.
if you're gonna try to offend me or do anything like that, like at least make it funny, dude. If you can't be funny, then shut the fuck up.
But you're not funny when you do it.
Yeah, it's hilarious when I call you vaccine injured, bro. What do you mean?
No,
It's
The
it's,
fucking
thing is
hilarious.
they're
everyone
not trying
hates you.
You're just
offend
spurging. It's not
you.
funny.
They're only
There's no
trying to
joke.
offend them. And you
There's
want
no
the
Yeah,
same
only
punchline.
kind
people
of
who get the
respect back
vaccine
at
have the
you.
Asperger's, dude. That's you losers, dude. Not me.
You're
You're
spurging
stuck
so
on it.
hard.
I'd rather be a dick and understand that the Earth presents itself as flat. You fucking idiots.
You'd rather go to hell than be real.
Dawn, not everyone thinks heaven is putting a fucking dildo up their ass reading Aleister Crowley, bro. How many times we got to tell you?
So what's
Can we
worse, Crowley
not
telling
do
the
this?
truth or
Come
you
on.
lying? What's worse?
What was it? Was it funny? What was it? What'd you say?
What's worse, Crowley telling the truth or you lying?
It depends what chapter you're reading, right? Right, Dawn?
No, I mean, what's like worse karmically?
I haven't laughed this entire time.
Yeah, these jokes go above your head. It's all good.
It's definitely
really
you
don't.
that's worse karmically. You're happy
No,
to
I don't
lie.
find
No, dude,
humor in just trying to
flat
insult
Earth used to
people
be-
for
no,
my own
flat
game
Earth-
because I need some kind of confidence. Okay.
honey. Okay, honey. Yo, flat Earth used to be filled with some of the smartest motherfuckers, and then the normies got involved.
No, it didn't. Absolutely did not.
Yeah,
Okay,
smart
dude.
people like Eric
You just got
DeBay,
here,
Eddie
and you're like the
Bravo.
normies. The normies, bro. Dawn is like mid-tier normie because he reads Crowley and thinks he's cool, but it's wild, dude. It used to be like people that came into flat Earth were intelligent, fucking witty,
What's going on
sharp,
about
fucking alternate. And now it's like this base group of NPCs that fucking even the flat Earthers are just NPCs. Like, I heard the Earth is flat.
Yeah, like you, who would
I
just
don't even know.
regurgitate stupid shit, like saying the Earth
No,
presents
I'm
itself
talking.
as flat.
Hey, dude, I tried to bring
Because you
up
heard Eric DeBay say it.
most respectable ballers, right? Understand the Earth presents itself as flat, and then they bring up points like boats going over the curve, and they have their arguments. But if you're just going to
Yeah, that's the Earth
depart
not
from the
presenting itself
normal,
as flat.
Dude,
So if a globe
if
earther
you're
says
gonna
that, they're wrong.
okay, if you're going to depart from the normal fucking argument we've been having for however long, and you don't even accept that basic fact, then
Yeah, no, I won't accept it because it's wrong. Why would I accept something that's not true?
Because you're in a cult, maybe? You ever think that?
I'm in a cult because I accept things that are true and don't accept things that are not true. Is that cult-like behavior to you?
Not agreeing with ISA means you're in a cult. Great logic.
No. Well, I'm happy to be in a cult then because ISIS is a fucking dumbass.
Exactly.
Okay. What are you guys going to talk about? Little miniature drones you
I thought
can't
we were
fly?
talking about the Earth presenting itself as curved.
Well, show me
Are you
some
willing to
evidence
accept
for that.
that?
Can you
I
can
see.
you
Yeah,
bring
you
me
just
up?
look. You go to the ocean. You go to the
Okay,
beach.
can you bring
look
me
across
up
the
another
ocean, and you
source?
see the
Can you,
boats go down.
okay, we're on a Discord channel in a debate room. Do you have a source for what you're talking about? Other than what you're saying? Like right now, me go outside and look at the fucking sun. Do you have a source for anything that you're saying?
Yeah, of course, there's plenty, and you can prove it yourself. You go to the beach,
All right,
look at the
can
boats,
you
watch
provide
them go
one?
down.
Can you provide me evidence that the
Are
Earth
you not willing to
represents
accept
itself
Smez,
that when
Smez,
boats sail
Smez. He's
away, they drop
as a
down?
asking
globe?
for you to show him curvature that you have seen, like a picture that I went out there and just showed you flying, right? He's asking you to give a picture to show curvature of you looking over an ocean or something, so he can break this picture down with you or some kind of source or something.
Right, you're completely incredulous if you're just going to say, you go look. It's like, this takes away
No,
your argument.
you're incredible. You've obviously seen images and videos of boats sailing away,
No, dude, I have a
dropping over the
source, and I
horizon.
want you to provide one too.
If you're not willing to accept this, you're the one who's clearly being incredulous. This is a
Right, and
common
if you're not
topic in this
willing to,
discussion.
if
I'm
you're
sure
not
you've seen
willing to,
many examples of this already.
if you're not willing to provide a source in a debate discussion, you lose, asshole.
No.
Yeah. Actually, dude, it's how. I mean, I know you're.
No, this isn't
I
lost. If
mean,
you're
I
not
don't know
willing to
how dumb
accept
you are, but
commonly
you're
accepted
pretty.
things
I think you're
like boats
definitely
disappearing
vaccine.
over the
Like you're
horizon as
definitely
they
on the
sail away,
spectrum.
you're the one
Definitely
who's
on the
lost the debate.
spectrum. Okay, I have a source. Do you have one?
No, you don't have a source. ChatGPT is not a source.
So what's your source?
My source
I
is my
can
own
get
experiences.
ChatGPT
Things
to
that you can see
disagree
for
with
yourself.
that in 5 minutes if you want me to.
Okay, get it to disagree with it.
Okay.
Chat GPT is a source. Doesn't mean it's a likable source or a source that you would use, that you want to use, as whatever, but it is a source at the end of the day.
Like I have one and you don't, so you lose.
There you
That's
are.
how that works.
There you go, I've posted a video or a GIF of a boat disappearing over the
Okay.
horizon as it sails away. That is the Earth presenting itself as curved.
Yeah, if you get a zoom camera, you can bring it back into focus. So
No, you can't. That's
the
not true. That's a
horizon
complete lie.
so the horizon is not Earth curvature. There is
Mm-hmm.
lots and lots of videos of that.
Nope.
Of video.
Nope.
Yeah.
You are telling a porcupine that is not true.
No. I can post a few of them in the chat if you like. There's
No, you
quite a
can't.
few of them where you can't see the boat, and then with the zoom camera, it comes back
No,
into view.
what you're gonna do, Daz?
Yeah.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna
Yeah.
post a GIF of someone zooming in and out on a boat, and what you're not going to
Yeah.
see is the boat disappearing bottom up. What you're simply going to see is the boat disappear due to the just the resolution of the image being too small
Well, you see
to
it
actually resolve the boat.
behind.
What you're not
you.
going to see is something similar to what I've posted, where the boat actually disappears bottom up.
Okay, so you're
So
probably
please post these examples that are going to be exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I will bet that your video is flat Earth evidence.
I've got it for you.
No, it isn't.
I said, here's ChatGPT in quotes. To the average person, Earth presents as a vast, curved horizon where ships disappear, hull first, planes follow arcing routes, and the sun sets gradually, all consistent with a massive globe-shaped world. So that's how easy it is to make ChatGPT completely disagree with itself.
This is what ChatGPT didn't say was a good source. It is a source, but it's not a source I'd use.
It's a source that agrees with us that Earth presents as a big globe.
Well, it says, like, let's say here, or what I was showing, because I asked it, does the Earth present itself as flat? And it says, yes, from a local, everyday perspective, the Earth appears flat. When you're standing on the ground, the curvature of the Earth is too subtle to notice. This is why, for much of history, people assumed the Earth was flat. And then it goes on, and this would be where your argument would begin, you fucking idiots. However, scientific observations, such as the way ships go over the way ships disappear over the horizon, the way the stars change position as you move, and the satellite images prove that the Earth is actually a sphere. See, that would be your argument if you weren't in a cult. And then it says, so while it
So
may seem flat in our immediate experience, all measurable evidence confirms that it's round. See, that's where a normal person would have had their argument.
so
But you
now
guys are in a
ask us.
cult.
So are you willing to
So
accept that, Isa? That measurements prove
I'm
that the
willing
Earth
to
is a sphere?
accept that that's the argument, right? Because I'm a rational person, and I'm willing to accept that that's the position. But if
Yeah,
you're
but
not going to
looking at
accept,
the
if you're
sky
not,
and
hold on one
watching a
second,
boat go over
Stacey.
the horizon
Well,
is not a
Stacey, hold on
measurement.
one second, please. If you're not going to understand the first premise, then we can't actually discuss the subject. Now, go on, Stacey. Sorry, I just want to say, like, this is the premise.
Well,
Your
because their
argument, you do.
argument is still that the same thing, whether it depends where you're observing, right? In your local, go outside, your house, blah, 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 you're going to see flatness. But he's now saying if he goes across the ocean, looks to see the boat, right? That's just an observation. It is not a measurement. And he sees the ship now disappear bottom up, then therefore it is what globe. So therefore, even a observation, if it was done back, excuse me, back in those times correctly, then would have presented itself as what? Globe. So no matter what your argument right now, it's not going to win because we're talking about ships disappearing back then. They still saw the same thing, supposedly.
ChatGPT disagrees and also agrees with us now. So
Yeah,
not a great
GPT is
source.
disagreeing with its own self. It's contradicted. This
Yeah.
is why you should never use it as a source, or you can use it as a guide, right, to find
tell you
information that leads you in a certain way. But it is not the actual answer. But Issa is correct on what he said as well. But so are you now. So this is where
I'll
it goes
tell you
wrong.
why though. It's because presents as flat isn't a real scientific sort of idea. He just means some people think it's flat because the horizon seems flat. That's not presenting as.
No, locally too, honey, in many ways.
No, because boats go over the curve locally.
Well, this is where I just started saying, this is where it gets different when you're going over the ocean. Observations over the ocean and certain observations over the ocean, depending if there's a boat there or not, well, you see something different. But if you're just looking at the horizon some days, I know there ain't no boat, I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all are saying in here about you talking about you see a curved effing horizon. I've never seen that in my existence. I love to see one. Maybe there is one, but I ain't never seen that shit in my life. Now, maybe a boat, understand that when we're talking about pulling it in, is where the argument has to go in that direction. But a curved up effing horizon, just no, listen. I know what you're on about.
I'm only on about ISIS straw man. I'm not trying to push the glow onto you, Stacey.
No, I got you. But locally, if that ship isn't there, it's still going to present itself as what?
To you, you can say it presents itself as flat, but to me and Mez, we're not going with that. We're saying no. To us, it presented as a big globe.
You're saying that, but it's not reality.
We disagree.
Now, I understand
with
you want to disagree with, and that's fine. But we're talking about what reality presents itself to you, the observer.
You're asserting something. We're allowed to disagree.
Okay, well, then we need to see this. We're not talking about a ship going over the damn fucking horizon anymore.
Yes,
We're talking about show me something in your reality.
Read Isa's quote. It literally says scientific observation of boats going over the curve prove Earth's round straight after his main point.
I come in here at least try to provide some pictures of my own or even reality because I want to talk about it, right? I fly, I do stuff and everything, and I explain to you my pictures are not even leveled. I'm talking to you from a viewpoint of experience. I'm talking to you from my reality as the observer. You're talking to me about some papers on ChatGPT, and I'm not talking about you, Issa, and you're talking about some damn belief system that presents itself and not actually your reality.
God doesn't present itself as a man, but Christians would
goodness
argue
gracious,
it
big balls of fire. Now, this is where Issa would get frustrated with y'all, start calling you, retarded and everything, and I am not. But this is where I'm going to say, goodness gracious, God bless you. Because this is where you guys are purposely, on purpose right now. Not trying to.
Well, yeah, they're just heretics trying to go on a pilgrimage to flat Earthia and try to learn wisdom, but they're just not smart enough to enter into the gates of wisdom. And your pilgrimage to Discord and opening an account and coming here to the sages of flat Earth won't help you guys because you're retarded.
Your own
Absolutely
citation says Earth's a globe. So who's retard now?
No, I know we're the people that you've come to hang out with, Don. We're the sages of this world that you're trying to come here and talk with us and learn about knowledge, but you're faking it. So the knowledge will never enter into you. So you're going to be cast out of the temple because you're not worthy. That's all. You guys have pilgrim out. You've all made Discord accounts and come to seek us out and find us and
I've
talk to
never
us about
enjoyed
the
hanging out
world.
with you.
But
You
you
need to
guys,
make better music.
you just
You
no,
need
no,
to
you're
get on
you're
with your
flat
stuff.
Earth
Make better
pilgrims,
music.
and you just no, I get it, dude. You're just on a pilgrimage. You guys have made all your Discord accounts. You come here every day. You try to offer your, you know what I mean, your points of whatever. But like the sages don't want anything to do with any of you. We don't care if you come here or if you don't come here. We're gonna come here and talk about awesome things, and you're welcome to hang out. But
There isn't
when
any
it gets
awesome
beyond
things.
your intelligence level, you should just shut the fuck up.
You've been asserting Earth is flat. That's not an awesome thing, is it?
Dawn, not to a minuscule mind of your caliber. Of course not. It's not profound to you.
I'm smarter than you, though. So your mind must be well small.
Okay.
You ever read Crowley?
Just remember, just remember, you guys come and hang out with
Yeah.
us. We don't come to hang out with you.
No, I was here
Just
before
remember
you.
that.
Yeah, because you're in a
You
cult.
guys-
You don't talk to people outside
Fact-
of the
This
cult.
is not a
Fact,
dick
both of
size
us.
contest.
Remember,
Okay?
you came.
Before you.
You came to the. Remember, you came to our home, right? You're coming on a pilgrimage to talk to us. You're all boring to us.
We
I
moved
could.
in. We moved
You're
in.
boring, unintellectual, like nonsensical retards. That it doesn't matter if you come here. That's the difference, right? Like we come here and we talk about awesome ideas and stuff. You come here and make up shit to
Awesome
try to be right
ideas.
about something, and you'll
Awesome.
you'll
Awesome.
lie for the victory, which obviously shows why you're not actually allowed into the temple. You're not
Now, tell
allowed
me
to.
one.
You're not allowed in the room with the incense where they're making all the progress, bro. You
Wow.
guys are a
No, I see you
hindrance
lie.
to the-
I've got my own
You've got
the
this backwards.
version.
You lie.
sages.
I've got a
And
drawer
you're the one
full
in
of
the cult.
No,
incense.
well, you
You don't
guys
know what you're
came here
talking
to
about.
talk to us, right? You came here to talk
Yeah.
to us, right? We don't
No,
seek you
I
out.
did not come here to
We
talk to
don't
you.
ever seek any one of you people out. You come and try to hang out with us. We don't care about you. That's the difference.
You're not a we.
Yeah. But the difference is that you're in a cult, so you're unwilling to talk to people outside of the cult because you're unwilling to have your beliefs.
No, I'm trying to. I tried to have a conversation with you,
contradicted
but if
and
you don't have a,
challenged by people that aren't in your belief system. Whereas I'm willing
You're
to have
gonna-
my beliefs challenged by people that aren't within my belief system because I'm
Aw.
not afraid of people attempting to argue against me, whereas you are.
Aw. Except you don't want to accept the corporeal reality that the Earth presents itself as flat, which makes you just worthless to talk to.
There's nothing awesome there. That's just an assertion, like from
There's
7 years
nothing
ago.
awesome in you, Don.
And it's
There's
a false
difference.
assertion.
No, I know you.
Like I said, you guys come and hang out with us. We don't come to hang out with you. I was trying to have a conversation. If you're not going to have a corporal, like a general consensus on like the definition of terms and shit, and like I'm in agreement with like the rest of the world, you're in your own little la la land. So there's no way to like have a conversation with anyone who's just going to depart from reality, man.
No, you haven't tried to come to a consensus about the meaning of words. What you've tried to do is assert something that's not true. And I'm not willing to accept this thing that's not true.
Yeah.
So
that's
leave.
how I feel.
I don't give a fuck. You don't even want to accept the basic fact that the Earth presents itself.
Clearly, you
as
do
flat.
give a fuck because you've been
In
whinging for so
navigation-
long about how we're not
That's an
willing to accept
assertion.
whatever
Are you done
put forward.
crying yet? Are you done crying? Yo, dude, the Earth presents
No, I'm
itself
pretty
as
chill.
flat.
You're the one that's getting very
You still
emotional. here.
crying? You need a tissue or something? Your parents around? You get the vaccine injury fucking wheelchair going? Yo,
What are you
look, dude.
saying? You
All
said
I'm
it
saying is
again.
like fucking if you can't agree that the Earth presents itself as flat and motionless, right? Because that's where the argument begins. Then
Motionless now.
it's just like it's just Tourette's from retards.
Flat and motion. If we can't agree it's flat and motionless, we shouldn't be speaking to flat Earth. That's absurd.
Okay, well, it says like Einstein said, there's no way to there's no experiment to find out if we're moving or not. Like the idea that it presents itself as flat and motionless is pretty much generally accepted by the rest of the world.
No.
You guys are in a cult because if you think the Earth is presenting itself as spherical, then Neil deGrasse Tyson says you're fucking crazy because there's no way you can see curvature from even like 300 miles above the Earth's surface. You're
all
fucking
that's
crazy, dude.
Incorrect.
I may not
Just
agree with
use
their
it
opinions,
incorrect.
and they may not be willing to admit some truth right now, but I just want to say I appreciate y'all being here, and someone else may not, but I actually do, and I enjoy having conversations with you. And Dawn, actually, if you were not here, I'd be worried And I wonder where Don was, because Don has been an impact in my life, whether he's a Glober or not, or I don't agree with a lot of his dumb shit. No offense, we are friends when we back and forth don't agree on. He's still a good individual, and I know if I probably needed something in the world, he'd probably have my back. So I don't know where you've been, East in the life, but sometimes you have to be nice to people, regardless of their belief systems, because they're actually a good soul. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't care less. Yeah, I really, you know what I mean. Being
Thank
a good,
you. And that is
we're
the
gonna-
difference.
Yeah, sure, great. You're better than I am. So what? You're morally superior to
Honey, the
me.
only
So
one who's
what?
speaking about being better than anyone is yourself this entire time because of lack of confidence
Yeah.
within you.
I'm here to debate the fucking earth, and not make friends.
You've got
You know
no
what I mean?
argument about
Like I
the
give a
earth.
fuck. I mean, you know, if you're gonna be a vaccine injured and hinder the conversation, motherfucker, then I don't really care. I don't really
Do
want
we
anything.
sound injured to you?
Yes, you do. You sound angry and
Yeah.
I'm
But,
injured.
Well,
but,
you
you,
need
but you're
to
not willing to
You come
debate
to
me
need to
because
work
you're
on
complain
not
your
to
willing to.
flat
As
defense.
soon as someone
earthers.
disagrees with the
Where's
first
the
thing you
flat?
say, you spurg out.
Where'd the flat Earth hurt you, losers?
None of this
You
is a
fucking-
debate and none of this is a conversation. This is just like wrecking somebody and
No,
trying to
you
put
can't
people
have a
down because
conversation
you're
if someone's
bored.
not going to have a corporeal react. If we're not going to have a general consensus on like terms and reality, you can't discuss anything.
You haven't tried to
I'm
come to a
pretty sure
general
before you
consensus about
came in here,
terms.
we were discussing things just fine, Lisa.
No, there was nobody talking anything. It was silent in here when I walked in, actually, and I started
Well,
talking
maybe
about
for what,
Absolute
fact.
2
nonsense.
seconds?
Absolute nonsense.
Absolutely not. Okay, it wasn't quiet for like a minute and two before I fucking come in.
No, honey, we were just talking quite a bit. Some people are having their coffee going to get something real quick, but we were actually having a full-on conversation with everyone
All right, then
earlier. I'm
nobody
pretty sure you
stopped
can
me
ask
when I
anyone.
started up. Nobody said, "Hey, we're in the middle of something."
No,
When I
because you're
started talking
respectful and
about,
we have no problem with you joining in,
you
but we're
even know
just
what
sitting
I
here just
said.
being a dick to everyone.
It's kind of funny if the guy wasn't, if the first guy hadn't so much vaccine injury going on, he would have picked up on the fact
Keep
that
proving my point.
when I come, okay, just stop with the, grow up, get some thicker skin, grow up,
Exactly. Stop and
right?
grow up and
Handle it.
stop
Just
having
no,
to
dude. I'm not
use
here to
your
make no friends,
pathetic
dude. Yo,
words to
hold on,
defend yourself.
dude. I came in here talking about, like I said, like chat. It's funny. This is why the other kid isn't smart enough to put it together, but like I came in kind of dissing Chat
You're not
GPT.
smart enough without dissing somebody to make an argument.
This is why you guys are like the lowest level flat earther people and ballers in the world, dude. Yo, I tried to say when I came in that like ChatGPT could not make a full glass of wine. It can't make an image of a full glass of wine. Now, if the gentleman was smart and was actually in the debate for a little while, he would have put together, hey, didn't you come in criticizing ChatGPT and then you're going to try to use ChatGPT to form the basis of your argument? That would have been a fun point. But we've missed all that because this guy won't even come to the general consensus conclusion that the earth presents itself as flat. So
I'm
here we
pretty
are.
sure I did
And
say
this is
that because I
bullshit.
brought up the idea that if you ask ChatGPT what the shape of the Earth is, it's going to say a sphere. You would obviously disagree with that.
Right,
But
but
you know,
you
you
could
skipped
have
right past
used
that. You just started spurging
no,
about
no, no,
fucking
but
vaccines
because
and Democrats and
right,
communists and
right,
whatever
because
fucking crazy shit your
exactly.
brain
Keep
came up
proving
with.
my point. Keep proving my point. And that's why I said if
I'm
you had
disproving your
intellect.
point. What are you talking about?
No. I said if
So you're
you
not
had
even like
intellect,
coherent enough to actually have this
you would have.
discussion about the discussion.
I look, dude, take the medication, buddy. Yo, like
You're a
if
black
fucking
hole of
take
intelligence.
the little cup with the 2 pills, take those, bro. Yo, like what I'm saying is that that it could have been an interesting point if you had
Yeah, but
the
you weren't willing
ability.
to engage with it, were you?
Well, I know, but because you immediately went off into cult world saying that the
Yes, we
Earth
do know.
presents itself as that you're saying that the Earth presents itself as a sphere,
Yes, it
and
does.
that's retarded. Yeah,
No,
that's
it's not
retarded.
retarded. Every single thing that
Oh,
the Earth does is entirely consistent with that of a giant sphere. It is not
okay. Well,
consistent with that of a flat Earth. So the
when they
Earth
teach
is
people how
presenting
to,
itself as a sphere, not
okay,
flat.
in every sailing class you're ever going to take, they're going to say the Earth looks flat and presents itself as flat, and then they're going to talk about 10 minutes how it's not flat. But the point is that, and this is the premise, is
No, they're
that
not. That's
they,
just not true.
they. I mean, granted, you probably never watched a navigation video, and you probably don't know how to use a sextant.
Yeah,
But
I've
my
actually
point,
watched navigation videos, and I do know how to use celestial navigation, and it only
I
works
don't
because
believe
the Earth is
that.
a sphere.
I don't believe that for a second. Yo, fucking what I'm saying is that like if even in those courses they teach you that the earth presents itself as flat. And that's why if we can't
No,
even
they
come to
don't.
that general concession, then like it's just a waste of my time talking to you losers.
No, it's not true.
It's definitely a waste of my time talking to you.
Yeah, well, if you say lies, and I'm not willing to accept those lies, and you've got nothing else, then yeah, then I win. You run away.
Okay, Stacey Abrams. Yo, did you get the Kovac? Yo, Maz, did you let him give you the juice so you
No.
could go to work?
No.
No? Good for you.
Your discernment's really bad.
My discernment. I'm just asking a question, bro. The discernment and I'm nothing to do
You're
with it.
vaccine injured. You must
Yeah,
be vaccine injured to people that
Oh,
didn't
no,
take it.
that's astute awareness, Dawn. There's a difference.
People that didn't take it, you're
Well,
saying
your
that to.
awareness is very unastute.
Duh.
Yeah, well, I mean, granted, I'm not going to try to prove myself to such mental midgets. But at the same
The only
time,
thing
all
you're
I'm saying
proving
is
is
that you
yourself wrong.
sound, how about this? You just sound vaccine injured. That's all.
Well, listen, imagine how you sound then, compared.
So fucking leave. This is a flat earth fucking place, dude. You guys
No,
have made
you
your pilgrimage to
leave.
come to discuss
I
life
was
with us
here
because you're
first.
clueless,
Actually, this is
nihilistic
not a
retard.
flat earth place. If you ask you, this is not called flat earth debates. It's not called flat earth anything. It's called what earth awakenings, right? Because you is not even a flat earther compared to a regular person who
Well,
speaks
then wake
about
the
flat earth
fuck
in that
up.
manner.
Then wake the fuck up.
So this is everyone's allowed here. This is why it's supposed to be nice to one another. We're not supposed to put each other down. These retarded words and stuff are not allowed because this is not a flat earth, cut your head off. We're in war now, 24/7 arena.
Dude, if you
Peace
can't come to the general, like even like Moyak and like other like classical ballers who admit the Earth presents itself as flat, and then they will proceed with their argument. But if you're just going to depart from the conversation that's been happening for 2,000 years, then fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not them. It's a bad argument.
Yeah,
Saying the Earth presents
you fuck
itself as a
off.
sphere is a bad argument, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
better
trying. I mean,
argument.
I
No,
was
it is.
trying to have a nice conversation, but you guys won't have a.
No, you
There's
won't.
no starting point with you guys because you're Democrats.
No, you're not. You were
If we
attempting
don't
to
agree
go
to your
down like a
starting
flowchart.
point,
You have,
find a better argument.
yeah.
Oh,
You clearly
guys
have like a
crying,
flowchart
crazy.
argument that you're trying to go down. You want me to concede on the whole Earth is presents itself as flat thing, so then you can say, well, that's the default position, so now you need to prove otherwise. That's what you want to happen. But because
Well,
I'm not
that's
willing
what
to
Nat.
accept
How
this
about
false
this?
premise,
You know who
then you
Nathaniel
have no argument.
Bowditch is? That's the. Actually, it's interesting because I do. Because the Nathaniel Bowditch wrote a book called The American Practical Navigator, which is on every fucking American Navy vessel, and it says that the Earth. The people like you named the people that named the stars were flat earthers, and then the Globers took that over. So the Earth, people on the Earth were a long time flat earthers before they were ever introduced with the ideas of the globe. And all I'm
No, they
trying to
weren't.
say
That's
to
not
you,
true.
show me a source.
No, you need to prove. You are making the positive claim here. That these are
Wikipedia
all names by
fucking
flat earthers.
under every flat Earth video, Wikipedia says flat Earth is an ancient cosmology that people used to believe the Earth is flat, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then.
It's got
So
nothing to do with
people
naming
used to
stars.
right. So for a long time, the Earth presented itself as flat, and people accepted that fact.
Nope.
You're trying to depart from that reality, and that's why I can't argue with you because you have no basis in fucking
No,
like
I'm
actual
willing.
history.
I'm willing to accept that many people in the past believed the Earth to be flat. That doesn't mean it's presenting itself as flat.
Yes, I'll agree to that.
Okay,
that
so
good
we
enough?
can agree. Okay, so then we can agree that
It's
most
easy, wasn't
people.
it?
We can agree then that people back in the day thought the Earth was flat, right?
Yes.
Oh, sure. We can agree that some people back in the day thought the Earth was flat, depending on when back
And
in the day
okay.
is. You have
So
to go
let me
back
ask
a
you a
long
question.
time because people have known that the Earth is a sphere for
Okay. Let me ask
thousands
you a
of years.
question. Why did they think that the Earth was flat?
Because they
Oh,
were
that's a
stupid
good
and
one.
they didn't look at all the information available.
That's a good question.
Because they were stupid and they didn't look at all the information available. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I've got a better one. They didn't look into it enough.
Yeah, that's true. I would also say that.
Right, but they can predict eclipses and the path of totality and all that stuff, right?
Sure.
Yeah, they can notice patterns.
All right. So I'm right in the sense that people used to think they're flat, but you guys just think that those people were stupid. Is that right? That's your answer?
Sort of.
I do think they were uneducated. Yeah.
Not stupid, just
Okay.
wrong.
So, but we all agree though that
Well, yeah.
everyone
If you
back
don't want to
then.
say stupid, I'm
How about this?
happy to
Okay,
change
so
that.
let's break it down. Okay, let's
Uneducated
break
might
it
be another
down.
one.
So these simple-minded people, right? They looked at the Earth and they thought it was flat, right?
And not necessarily. I would imagine most people just didn't really care. Didn't really think
Okay,
much
do you have
about
a
it.
source? Do you have a source? Because I have a source under every flat Earth video. It's a Wikipedia link that says that people used to think the Earth was flat. So why did they think the Earth was flat?
Because they hadn't been to the south to see that the sun stars don't rotate around Polaris.
So you
Okay,
mentioned
but
That's
they.
one reason.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. But they used to think the. Why did they think? How about this? Why did they think that the Earth was flat, other than that they were stupid?
Because they were
mentioned
uneducated and
something.
they didn't have enough information.
So
You mentioned-
uneducated is the same thing as being stupid. So what? Again, I'm going to ask the question again. What outside of them being stupid made them think the Earth was flat?
They hadn't been to the south.
Nothing.
No, they weren't stupid. I'm not going with that.
Could it not be that the Earth presents itself as flat?
No.
Not how you say it.
The Earth presents itself in a way that's
That's
entirely
not how you
consistent with the
say it.
globe.
See, this is why. See, you have bias, Dawn. That's why you're in a cult.
No, it's because you've got a straw man, and it doesn't make sense when spoken.
Okay, so Dawn, why did the people who lived long ago think the Earth was flat?
Well, I think we've answered this about 3 times now.
Because it looks
Move
flat.
on.
Because it looks flat. Is
No.
that why? Because it presents itself as flat.
No.
We're not going with that.
All right, you're just see. This is where like you can't have an argument because you don't even agree with consensus reality. So you're
No, we
just in
don't
a
agree
cult.
that what
I
you
do agree
said
with
is
consensus reality. Consensus reality is that the Earth is a globe.
You just said that people that don't listen. If people long ago who were stupid people used to think the Earth was flat, they thought it was flat because the Earth presents itself as flat to stupid people, right?
No.
I can't even talk with you. Someone else want to take over? I mean, he's just retarded, dude.
No, you are.
Isa, you mentioned ancient people were able to predict the path of totality, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's expand on that one. Was it accurate? Is it something we can do now?
Yeah, and if you're gonna, yeah, and actually, it's interesting because when I know you're gonna probably bring up Haley or something, and he was 20 miles off or something when he did his thing. So all I'm saying is like if you're gonna try to get to if you're gonna try to get to the point, we had this conversation the other night, and I'm willing to have that conversation, but I first want to at least let me ask you a question then. If you're the new guy, does the Earth present itself as flat?
When you say present, I'm looking at a picture of the car. The picture of the car present to me as flat. Does it mean a presentation means it's a reality?
That wasn't the question.
Right? Can you answer the question, please? Does the Earth present itself as flat?
To an extent, yes.
Okay. Okay. How about this? Can you talk to your friend over here or this other Glober retard who doesn't accept that premise? Because that's my problem. I'm willing to debate beyond that, but if we can't come to the fucking agreement that the Earth presents itself as flat,
He
there is
did.
no fucking argument, man.
Hang on. Like I said to you, when you say it present itself, what
The
do you
path
mean?
of totality, if you're going to go down that road, is another discussion, dude. It's another discussion.
Ancient people kind of predicted, but not to the precision we have today.
I'm willing to have that conversation in a minute, dude. But first, we got to get this cult member on board with the idea the Earth presents itself as flat. I will talk to you happily about the fucking Haley and fucking all. We had this conversation the other night, and actually, it's really fascinating, and I'm really into having it. But the point is, this one dickhead thinks some other shit that the Earth's not presenting itself as flat. If you're going to be a responsible glober, tidy up this crackhead over here, and at least inform him that the Earth presents itself as flat. And then we can talk about fucking. And then we can talk about the fucking. We could talk about all the Sirius cycles and all the
But
shit.
he
After
did
that.
say in certain aspects it does. It just in other ones it does not, like ships and stuff. He did.
Right, but he said yes. He said the Earth presents itself as flat. So either you're gonna. I want a general consensus from the ballers, and I want the ballers to correct the cult members who don't accept that fact first before we move on.
Yes, I will happily move on, but what I'm not going to entertain is you atoming and being, using this name calling people. If you want to name
Then
calling
fucking
people,
leave, dude. I don't care if you don't like my attitude. Then
it's
don't
not up
talk
to
to
you
me,
if I
bro. I
stay or
don't give
not.
a fuck.
No, don't then. Because I'm not calling you any names. No one's calling you any names. We keep calling everyone names.
I didn't say you were in a fucking cult. I'm talking about this crackhead over here that won't even agree to a general consensus so we can actually move on with the conversation. I'm saying tidy up your side of the aisle, dude.
I am.
Well, we
saying
can have
I'm
a
going to
conversation
say
about what you think the
exactly-
consensus is.
Thank you.
But you're not willing to do that.
I just said the Earth presents itself as flat. Most Globers will
Yeah, and I
agree.
disagree.
Dawn is just a wish-washy, dildo-wearing fucking Aleister Crowley person that will go along with you. But the point is that the rest of the Globers are going to accept that the Earth presents itself as flat, and then we can carry on the conversation from there, dude.
Yeah,
But if you're not going to
I
concede
disagree
on
with
that fact, if you're not going to concede on that fact, then you are in a cult because no one else agrees with you.
I think plenty of people will agree with me. But it doesn't really matter.
Good. Find
Everyone
one,
could
dude.
disagree with
Find
me.
me
That
a
doesn't make them
fucking
correct.
source. I
It
asked
obviously
you for
doesn't
a
present
source
itself
to
as flat.
provide. Hey, yo, somebody
I
on the
told you.
baller team.
I gave you sources. I gave you the example of the boat.
Someone correct
was
this
it?
vaccine
I
injured
gave
cultist.
you, I gave you
I told you I'm not
ChatGPT
vaccinated.
source
Fucking hell.
saying it doesn't present as flat.
Yeah, we'll get that as well.
Well, Dawn, you're irrelevant. Fucking yo. So can
Yeah, I'm
Then we've
the
got
other gentleman
Coriolis,
that
the
was trying
horizon
to,
not rising to eye level. All of
the
these
guy
things
who
are
was
the Earth
bringing
not
up
presenting itself as flat.
all right, the guy who was bringing up the like who wanted to come in and talk about the path totality, et cetera. Can you please discuss with your side of the aisle? Do you need a breakout room where you guys can go fucking figure it out? Because like we have to
We'll
come to a
do that. We'll
consensus
do
that
that
the
next
Earth
time.
at least presents itself as flat. If you guys aren't going to do that, then it's worth. I'm just going to not bother with
If the
this.
Earth presented itself as flat, there wouldn't be a horizon line. It'd just be fuzzy.
So why did the ancient
Indifferent.
people who were flatter? Why did they think it was flat?
They didn't know better. They weren't educated. They didn't
They had
Okay,
have
we
gone
get
very
it.
all
We
the
get it.
far.
We
information
get it. They're
available.
stupid. They're stupid, ignoramus
Nope.
people that could barely count. But why did they think the Earth is flat?
I just told
Who cares?
They didn't research what Earth was.
They hadn't been south of the bloody equator.
Well, how about this trouble about? Could you agree that the ancient people thought the Earth was flat because it looks
I have
flat?
no idea. I don't
Okay.
know what the Aboriginals thought.
Could you agree that if they thought the Earth was flat, it's because that's what it looked like?
No, I have no idea why they thought it was flat.
Well, I'll offer a novel idea in that, like ChatGPT says, the Earth presents itself as flat, and that's why they thought it was flat.
But you're irrelevant, so that doesn't make any difference.
Don, you've made your pilgrimage. You come here every day to hang out with us, and we'd let you hang out with us. Just
You're not
relax.
on us. You're not on us.
Well, you know what? I mean, I could like boot you from the fucking channel. You know what I mean? I could show you how this is like a flat Earth
You'll
channel
probably
if
get
you
your
really
head
want me
taken
to.
away if you
How
do
about
that.
this, Dawn? I could have you
Try it.
booted from this channel, and you'll never come back again.
Try
But
it.
I don't do that because
I
I'm
dare
not.
you.
That's not my style, Dawn. You know
I
me. You
double
know me,
dare you,
Dawn. I put up
motherfucker.
with your guys' shit more than anyone fucking else, and I defend you guys when it matters. But the point is, right now,
Try
you're
it. See what
defending
happens.
a fucking vaccine injured fucking buddy of yours that
Yeah,
can't agree to the consensus that the fucking Earth presents itself as flat. And if you're
say
not
that
gonna
term, vaccine injured
if you're
again.
not gonna
Every time.
concede that point, you know what I mean? No wonder you're so fucking. You know what? No wonder you come to the flat earthers for answers. You come to a bunch of people you think are stupid to help solve the problems of the world for you, or so that you can put down so you can feel better about yourself because you're such fucking losers.
I double dare you.
To do what?
To do your threat. Mute me from the channel. See if it lasts
No, that's
forever.
not how
See what happens.
Don, you know the deal. I made my bones in this by making friends with the Globers.
What are you doing, man?
It's a silly
What
threat
is
then,
all
isn't it?
this?
Galaxy, I'm arguing with these vaccine injured fucking spinners.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that, man. You shouldn't insult them and
This is
like
I
really
know.
bad.
you
This
shouldn't
is
do what you're
Why?
really
doing.
bad.
I'm an awful person, Stacy. Get over it. I hope every fucking fentanyl addict overdoses and dies today.
Wow, man. Your brain's really in the mud right
Eat
now.
a dick, Dawn. I don't care.
Is that what you did last night?
Dawn, that's your channel.
Why are you talking about
Yo,
it?
what I'm saying is that if you can't come to the fucking consensus, the Earth presents itself as flat, like Neil
Yeah.
deGrasse Tyson and the great men
No one's
that
going to
came
agree with
before
you.
you. I know you don't, because you can't fucking think straight. But
No one will.
Yeah, let's not
I don't
do
think they
this
thought about it
anymore.
very hard.
I've been doing this all
Let's
morning,
not do this.
Galaxy. I've been doing it all morning, man. Let me go.
Yeah,
I'm
I
yeah,
sorry.
don't
I'll
think
but
shut up.
they
like for
thought
Galaxy.
about
real,
it
this
very
isn't
hard
good. This isn't
because
productive.
Yeah, it's very productive. Fucking, like, because we got somebody on the panel who fucking thinks that the Earth doesn't present itself as flat. And I'm just
But
like,
if it was
I'm up,
flat,
Uh,
there
I'm
wouldn't
up to
be a
here with it,
horizon
man.
line. Can you
What?
explain why there's a horizon line? Why there is a distinct, clear
You
horizon
mean the
line instead of it just
you mean the
the
you mean the
ground and the
flat
floor?
horizon line? You mean that flat horizon line?
Why isn't it blurry? Why doesn't it just go on forever until it mixes together and you can't see the top
Yo,
from the
why can't?
bottom?
How come I can't see? How come I can't see the Eiffel Tower from Brooklyn? Oh,
But
the
that's
Earth
what a
must
flat Earth
not
would
be
look
flat because
like.
I can't see the. Are you looking for the Eiffel Tower from Brooklyn too?
But
Trouble about?
you're the one that's talking about presenting Earth presenting as flat, and I'm telling you why it doesn't present as flat. Because you would see a crisp horizon line. I mean, you wouldn't see a crisp horizon line.
Well, all I'm saying is
I
that the
just
Earth,
don't think they thought
yeah,
about it.
and that's hey, I tell you what, that would be the next step in the conversation after we all agreed that the Earth presents itself as flat. But then you
good
have the
point.
anomalies like the sunset and boats, and that's where the arguments might begin. But I'm trying to get to the general fucking point that the Earth presents itself as flat. If we can't get to the agreement, then what's the use of going anywhere else with this?
Presents
So you think
itself as a surface that could be
Hey,
curved.
somebody else take over. This is boring to me.
ChatGPT has all the answers?
Better than you guys.
Why does ChatGPT say that there's a clear horizon line on a flat Earth? What reasons
Well,
does it give?
GDP is not. You mean chat GPT? GDP, GDP, gross domestic product.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah, I got you. But like, yeah, but no, I looked it up like, and I think I put something in there. There's like a little image of the, like the AI just agreeing that the Earth presents itself locally as flat. I'm cool if you want to like be a glober, but like, I'm just not cool with not having a general consensus to argue from. That's my point. I mean, I just think like, hey, we can agree that the Earth presents itself as flat, and then the conversation can
No.
begin.
What are you going to do when people say they won't agree? What's your next step?
Call them vaccine injured.
Yeah,
What else? What else?
that's where we start.
Can I?
Your
Because
argument
didn't
didn't
we
work.
already answer this? I'm pretty sure if Mez is still here, he's not. I don't think no. Oh, maybe he agreed upon that. Yes, and back in the day when they were looking at certain angles, like locally in certain areas, that it was flat. He understood. But then when science came more about on ways of technology, right? Like ships
think,
being seen over the horizon, going right bottom up, disappearing, all this
yeah,
shit. That was their proof. That was
we're not,
their proof of the globe. So he did admit that in the beginning, before the, I guess the information later that came out, they thought it was flat based on the reality that they presented
yeah.
to them. We already admitted this shit, dude. We've been doing this for like an hour, and all you've been hearing is abuse.
We're not agreeing to Earth presented as flat. We're just agreeing to people thought it was flat from what they saw.
Right, based on the looks of the observation of where they were at in the moment. Right, but then later on it changed. We've been through this for I don't know how long, but he said they
later on they
gave that to
researched
you.
more. It didn't change. Nothing changed. They researched more and more. But I know what you mean. They changed their mind.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm so irritated because I've been hearing it for so long, and it's just been they've already agreed to this, and it's just been you're not specifically said the way exactly you want it.
Yeah,
so therefore, we've been arguing about it, calling vaccine retards and shit for fucking how long? Excuse my language. Enough is enough.
That's exactly it. The way he says it, we're not willing to agree because we know it's an assertion straw man. It's ignoring all the people that thought it wasn't flat all the time, and it's ignoring the fact that big balls can look flat. So that's why we're not agreeing, because that would give him a fake stance in the argument.
No, you're just such bitch niggas that you can't even come to a point of agreement because you have to be in disagreement with every idea that a flat earther comes up with, which clouds your judgment and shows that you're so vaccine injured you can't actually think along critical lines.
But
But none
we
of us
took
got
the same.
vaccinated.
We only took the same vaccines you took as a
You
child.
sound like you got the spike proteins just wrapped up in your brain from whoever y'all been hanging out with. If you didn't get the
No, we
vaccine,
didn't.
you're the example of the spike protein jumping into people and making them
Dude,
vaccine injured.
Well, so were
you know,
you.
people that scream like this, no
So are
offense,
you
even if
good
I'm
one? Why
sorry,
can't
for
you
people
fools
that
ever
are,
make
no.
anything funny? Why
How
can't you
did you
You know,
fools ever
stop
because
come up with
jumping on
it's
me?
creative?
one thing to talk about truth in this manner, and
Hey, you
it's
gotta
one
be
thing to
funny
talk
about it.
about in a different manner. This ain't funny because I'm telling you right now, anyone who's hearing you, sweetheart, is thinking this is why we don't like people who don't like people that like people that don't like
Good. I
vaccines
don't want
because
people
you're
to be
making
flat
us
earthers.
look like shit,
I don't
Exactly.
want people to be flat earthers. I
dude.
hope all the fucking retards that have any fucking whatever it is, or all.
Non-vaxxers, you're
If
making us
anyone's
look like
offended by
crap,
what I'm
bro.
dealing with right now, you're fucking new here, dude.
He's not a real anti-vaxxer. I'm a real anti-vaxxer.
This doesn't help anyone. It doesn't bring anyone in. In fact, it's going to make us look like shit and get more numbers for the other side. So thank you, Issa, for helping the actual demon of the system.
I don't care because I want them to mine asteroids and fucking Donald Trump to fucking make America great again. That's what I want. I think
Of
that
course you
listen,
do.
these people.
Yee, Donald
Listen,
Trump
listen, listen.
Crusader.
If you're a flat earther, hold up. If you're a flat earther, right? Then you already know that we live in a world of like 80% retards who need to be told not to drink motor oil. Like these people need to think that we go to space. These people need that, and I need them to think that because I want Trump to monetize the fucking
These
asteroids
people
out in
don't
deep
take
space
motor oil.
that these fucking losers think is legit. And it only works if there's so many fucking retards that can believe in the fact that they're going to mine asteroids. That's the only way this is going to work. So I want to piss them off. If you're not a flat earther, fuck off or whatever. Go be a Glober. I'm so happy. I
Good for
want
you.
fucking Elon Musk to mine asteroids. And if it's all a lie, I hope everyone gets deceived. Because anyone who's got a fucking head on their shoulders knows a bunch of
See, the
shit that would say
difference
you
of you,
don't do
though, is
that.
you don't get to know anybody here because even if they're not an actual on the same page as you as the shape of the earth, I know Trouble, and I've asked her questions. You didn't ask if she was a vaccine person or not, if she actually has taken any vaccines. No, you just automatically claim some nonsense instead of actually asking her about her life and getting to know her
Yeah,
and
that's
becoming
how
her
insults
friend.
work, Stacey. That's how insults work.
Your insults suck them because they have no backing.
Yo, Trouble About is
It
like
just comes from
a
like a child
hardened.
screaming wolf,
I doubt
like a
me
little
saying
baby.
anything to Trouble. I doubt me saying anything to Trouble About is really going to get under her skin.
I mean, should we start calling you pussy now because you've called us that?
I said you
Because it kind
could.
of sounds like what you're being
I
right now.
said, hey
Whine,
man,
whine,
I
cry,
said
cry.
right away. I said right away, if you don't like what I'm talking, like,
Do you
bring
like
it
it
to me.
back?
I'm
Because
not.
you wanted it back earlier, didn't you? I bet now that I'm coming back at you, I'll get muted or a role model come in here and stop it, all right?
And I'll unmute you.
Does it
I'll make
sound
sure that
funny
you
to
can
you?
come. I'll make
Is it
sure you can come in
funny?
here and yell at me. Of
Or is
course.
it actually pathetic?
I'm a
Because
freedom of
that's what it
speech
sounds like.
advocate.
Doesn't I sound pathetic right now? Because that's what you sounded like this whole effing morning.
Well, I think I'm pretty fucking witty
Forgive
and
us
funny,
all
but
for his behavior because
if
this is
someone's
not
not
the
going
way
to be
you act.
if someone's not going to be witty and funny with me, then they're probably
You're
vaccine
not
injured.
even funny. You're not even witty, bro. You're like a child that I need to correct in a corner who needs a dunce cap right now. Damn.
Dude, okay, but you sound like you want to be black and like
No,
you
you
grew
have
up around.
called
Like, you sound like you
everyone,
fucking like.
including
Come on, you
myself,
sound like
whose
a fake.
memory stuck with you for
You
over
sound
an
like
hour.
you're
If you can play back
rebel,
the
want to
video,
be black.
I'll you out. Even
Honey. You
galactic
want me
bear.
to go in on you? I'm
You
in the
already
mood.
have it. I do not care, and you can't win on me, honey. Won't let you. And the whole point is you've been a
Okay, honey.
disrespectful ass to everyone, including when
Yo,
you were
that
asked to stop
tired
from
ass
Galactic
Southern
Bear.
Belle shit don't work, dog.
No, we've asked you to stop with the retard, idiots, vaccine fucking all shit. All you've done is degrade people and have zero arguments this morning.
Well, they're all vaccine injured. I don't know. Not my fault.
Can we at least move on from something about people being vaccine damn injured?
Get it all off your chest, people.
Fucking hell. Everybody's asked you, flatty left, right? Galactic Bear very nicely asked you. You didn't give two shits.
I'm a horrible person, Stacey.
No, I don't care about you being horrible. Just stop it, dude. Sometimes people need to check themselves. I get checked. Why can't you check yourself now, too? You're a mod.
Yeah, all I'm saying is if you can't come to the point that the earth presents itself as flat, I'm going to get in a tizzy.
No, they did. They did. You just don't want to hear it this morning because you're in a tizzy.
No.
No, they definitely didn't. That's the problem.
No, they did to a degree. It's not the degree that you want.
Yeah, that's kind of right now.
That's the correct statement. Sorry, now I'm worded it correctly.
No, I mean, I'm agreeing now. That's what I meant. we sort of give it away. If you take Hamriser's point and our points, we all said it in different ways, but we're not agreeing to your full straw man.
What Isa's trying to do here is he's trying to create a base axiom, right? A starting point. He's saying, if we all went to the beach together and looked out, what do we see? He's not saying Earth is a globe, Earth is flat, Earth is this or that. He's just saying, let's agree on what we all see and then move forward, right? That's what he's trying to do here.
But he can't agree on what we see if I make a statement about it. So why would I agree with his if I don't?
I mean, we all see the same thing, right? So,
well,
what is that we all see?
Do we see a surface that could be part of a large ball? Do we all see that?
It's in the realm of possibility, yeah. Of course.
Ask Isa, see if he says it's possible.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, well, what gets me, dude, it's like literally like imagine us looking at an apple and I'm like, okay, so everyone can agree that this is an apple. And somebody's like, well, that's not really an apple, that's a fruit. And I'm like, well, actually, like a fruit isn't. And you're like, yeah, you're stepping up out of nowhere, Dawn, going, yeah, it's a fruit. And I'm going, well, we could all agree, though, that it's actually an apple because we've defined it as, and you guys are like, it's a fruit. Ha ha ha, you're so stupid. And it's like, no, dude, this is literally a great example of what's going on. I'm trying to define that we're talking about an apple. And you guys are like, everyone knows it's a fruit. Duh. And it's
No,
like,
actually,
okay, can we continue the conversation? And this is where it just gets boring, dude.
But
Thank
with
you for
that
defending me,
analogy-
whoever stepped up, whatever your name is, dude.
With that analogy, you are asserting it's an apple, so he is asserting it's flat. You get that, Edson? He's just asserting his premise, and then he won't go any further.
No, he wants to go further after the concession, right? That's the whole point.
But we're not going to concede because we disagree, and he won't concede to our statements.
Well, that's the end of the conversation, I guess.
That's the end of his argument.
But isn't it an objective thing? It's not like something that you can disagree over. It's like what we all see. So, I can understand why he's annoyed about that you can't agree on something that's objective.
Let me ask you, if we all see the same thing, do we see that we live on a surface that could be part of a big ball?
Yeah, but you're creating a supposition there. You're not just accepting what you're saying.
Agree?
You're adding to what you're seeing. Do you see your issue there? You're adding to what you're seeing, Dawn.
Proves it's subjective, right? If you can't agree.
And you can't be honest and admit that.
Right? It's like, literally back to the apple on the table. It's like me looking at an apple, Dawn, and I'm like, that's an apple. Let's take the discussion further. And you guys are like, that's a fruit. And I'm like, yeah, but that's an apple. And they go, banana's a fruit. And then you come in, yeah, banana's a fruit too. It's like, it's got nothing to do with what I'm trying to talk about. That's why it's so frustrating.
We're not discussing what the fruit is. We're discussing the shape of the surface.
Well, no, I think he was saying, how does it present itself to you? We're not asking to add to it. That's the issue that you keep
it
making
presents
there.
as a globe to me.
Like, you guys are so dishonest. Like, I asked you, why would ancient people who Wikipedia says were flat earthers, why would they think the earth is flat? And you guys just said, well, that's because they're stupid. Because you'll do anything but just agree that it's because the earth presented itself as flat. And that's where you guys prove yourself as actually the instigators, because you just can't even accept basic reality. And that's why nobody's talking after I close the mic, because there's nothing to say to you people.
How's gaslighting? It's basic reality. You're saying basic reality, and I just can't agree. Instead of a debate.
You see how the conversation dies after you speak?
No, you.
Well, at one point this morning, y'all, it actually was quite entertaining and fun. Thank you for that.
Yeah, ancient
Cheers to that
people
cup of
thought the
coffee.
Earth was flat because they didn't have stupid CGI images that told them otherwise that brainwashed them. That's the answer. I figured it out.
Right, and I'm just proposing that vaccine injury plays a part in that.
Do you reckon you're more susceptible to believing CGI cartoons if you're vaccine injured?
All
Definitely.
vaccine injured.
You
Yeah,
think the
we
rate of
all are.
autism went up from 1 in 3,600 to 1 in 25? And that has something to do with the
Yeah, it's
vaccine?
like never forget. No, never forget. We're arguing with the possibility that possibly every baller, like 1 out of 25 Globers, is probably vaccine injured and has a Discord account.
Might be 1 in 36. I might have gotten that wrong. It might have been 1 in 6.
We all are, I say.
36. Well, I don't know if it's that. I do think that there's an ideological or philosophical bias where they do want to believe it's a globe. And then, like, they forget that they don't have the numbers. So, there's like the big globe bubble, right? Most people think it's globe. And then within that, there's people who dissent and they think it's flat, right? And then within that, there's dissenters to flat earthers. You have the anti-flat earthers, and they think they have the numbers of the big circle, which is the globe, but they actually don't. They're actually the minority. So the anti-flat earthers they bolster themselves because they think they have the numbers of the globe, but in reality, they're the minority of a minority, which is flat earthers. You're the minority.
Yeah, sure. I still think I'm right.
Yeah, dude. Most people would never argue with me about like the specifics of the globe because they don't care. And here you guys are, like running around with this like NASA flag / CIA / USAID funded group of bullshit. Like you guys coming here with this flag, and we're like, over here at the temple. Like, because remember, you guys are just pilgrims coming to the temple of flat Earth, looking for wisdom. We understand you're hurting, but the point is that you can't come in here and shit all over our beautiful palace with your nonsense. And that's why you guys never get into the chambers of the incense where the actual flat earthers are discussing about how Donald Trump's going to save the world.
Well, I don't think that's the case.
What a giant fangs.
Come on, man. It's a great visual, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't
Because
make
they're
sense.
coming here. They're
You
coming here
don't
to.
seem
They're coming
holy.
here
I
to
don't
sit
believe
on
you
the
know how to
lap
use
of.
incense. I don't think you know what a temple is.
Yeah, you coming here to sip from the wisdom of flat Earth. I mean, you don't go hang out with Globers, right? You come here with us because we're interesting. Your side's boring. We started this shit. You guys are just reactionaries. You're not revolutionaries. And you're boring people with vaccine injuries. So it's just what it is.
If that were the case, Isa, though, wouldn't you want to set a good example? If you are the proverbial cool kids, don't you want to set a good example? Be
Nope.
nice.
Nope. That's not how that works. That's why, like, flat Earth, the best thing you could say to, especially a normie Glober, is like, you're just not, like, and that's honestly how I look at it. I'm just like, you're just not cool enough for flat Earth. And I don't try to elaborate on it. I don't try to fucking explain about any of it. I'm just like, look, dude, it's all good. You're related to monkeys. I'm not. And you're not cool enough to be a flat earther. And it's interesting how, like, the lower chakra of kind of people, like Dawn, they're like, I'm cool too. And then they want to be involved. But, like, because he's blind, only the Lord, right? He who has ears and eyes shall see, kind of thing. Like, only those kind of people, actually, the message gets home, and it sinks home, and then there's like a solemnity about it. Whereas these guys, like, you could yell at their ear about flat, like none of it's going to sink into their heart because their eyes are sealed shut and their ears are sealed shut, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Basically,
And that's, and that's
you're
why
the
you're
Arab.
here, but none of the information penetrates your actual thinking.
Yeah, that's why I
You're
don't
the
really
Arab.
care
And we're
about
the
the
Knights
insults
Templar.
because that's all like surface level nonsense. It doesn't change anything, right? Like that doesn't penetrate
Well,
deep.
you got to
I
remember
don't care
this
about
though. You got as flat earthers, you got to have a hard elbow. Like not everybody's allowed into this shit. Not
Yeah.
everybody's cool enough to be involved in this. Not everyone should be involved in it. You're not smoking from my joint. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if I'm at a club and I got a bunch of, like, my people that are in my cipher are going to smoke my joint. You're not going to pass it around to the fucking club or some fucking other dipshit's got some virus on his fucking. No, no, no. Keep my joint in my cipher and you can get the fuck out. Same thing with Flat Earth. We need these, remember, guys, we need the Globers to think that Elon's going to fucking mine asteroids. We don't need any more Flat Earthers. I want that fucking psyop to work so fucking we can get fucking paid, bro. They've got to think that the Earth is a globe and that Elon's sending rockets up to go mine asteroids. We need these losers thinking like that. So they can fuck off. If you don't like me, good. Go join the cult of the globe and leave me the fuck alone. Like, get off of our discords. Like, we're the flat earthers who started this shit. You guys came along and trying to hamper us down and bore us with your boring conversations. We
Okay,
don't
hang on.
care.
Wait. We'll get off your Discord if you get off our YouTube. Deal?
Flat Earthers created the internet, bro.
Oh,
So just
no
stop.
deal then. Sorry, no deal.
Well, then accept the abuse you deserve.
What? How? What?
Everyone's going to hate you if you keep abusing people.
Everyone's gonna hate. They hate me already, bro. What?
What? And you want that to get worse, do you?
Get worse,
sorry.
dude. Actually, dude, do you know how many
Listen.
people love it when I fucking rip into you faggots? Do you know how many people crack up listening to me? Like, I get private messages
One
about
so far.
shit. Like, you know what I mean? Outside of your fucking sphere of fucking influence, bro. All I'm saying is that, like, it's just, I come here, I was trying to talk about ChatGPT can't make, this is interesting, right? ChatGPT cannot produce a full glass of wine. No matter how many times you prompt it. Like, I came in here talking about that, dude. I was trying to
What
talk
does
about
that
some other
mean?
shit.
What are you on about?
It's a text AI.
You guys are
How's it
so
gonna do
boring,
what?
dude.
Still won me
How
over.
about this? Let me ask a flat earther, because does a flat earther understand what I just said and how interesting that is?
Yes, it's pretty obvious.
I mean, 'cause it's kind of fun.
Go on.
Right? It's like it's just an interesting topic. It's something cool to talk about. But what?
Did you say flat earthers created internet? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Marconi.
Marconi created internet.
Yeah, well, he created the
Hey.
idea of using the signals. Yeah. Well, like radio. Actually, well, we created radio and we created fucking all that shit. Yeah.
No, you haven't created fuck all. to be very clear, flat earthers
Okay.
created fuck all, provided zero contributions to anything. So
Oh, we just named the stars, though, right? Didn't we name the fucking stars and the whole
no,
fucking
you
system?
didn't. No,
That
you
you
didn't.
okay? Well, I'll tell you what. Give me a source saying that the Babylonians didn't name the star system
We've
that you
changed
use
the
today,
names.
dickhead.
We've changed the names
No,
to
give
sets
me a
of
source.
numbers
I
now.
want a source then. Provide me a
I am
source,
the
or
source.
you
I am
made
changing
that
all
shit
that.
up, dude. Hold on.
I am.
Hold on. Did the Babylonians who were flat earthers not give you the names of your stars and everything, dude?
Okay, first of all, when you said Babylonians,
No. You said flat earthers didn't create fuck all. You came in
Did you
here
say
sounding
that-
like you knew what you were talking about. I'm
which
sorry.
part?
Were you just fucking retarded? Did you take a vaccine too? Because it sounds like it, dude.
Yeah, you're sick. I know. I think I'm getting it from you more than anything. So stop being this fucking asshole and answer the question. You said flat earthers created internet, and what? Just to be clear, flat earth created fuck all, contributed fuck all. And
Okay,
name of the
so it's
stars-
fuck
as
all
an
to name
example,
all the stars that you have? Hold on. No. Let's just. Okay, listen, dude. Listen.
example for you.
Listen. No. Again, we have to come to some consensus. You fucking retards. So did the flat earthers? Hold on, bro. Hey, asshole. Did the flat earthers name the stars that you use today in the system that you have today?
No.
Okay. Do you have a source for that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay,
what-
bring me a
what's the-
fucking
what's
source.
the-
Hold on, bring me a source
What
that says
source
the
do you accept?
Babylonians.
What
Bring me
source
the
do you
source.
accept?
Bring me the fucking source or shut the fuck up.
To be clear, the name of the stars. Okay, as an example, I am originally from Iran. Okay, I'm Persian. We use different names. I don't really give a fuck what names you use. The names you use doesn't matter. It's just the
They
name.
mapped the stars that you use today in navigation, even, dude.
Oh, you mean the celestial navigation? Well done, perfect. This is the one which can only
Yeah.
happen.
Flat earthers gave that to you, bro.
Well done.
Celestial navigation was given to you by flat earthers.
No,
You
it wasn't.
ungrateful fuck.
Yeah, sure. But did it work though? Interesting enough, there's a $10,000 challenge. None of you were able to grab it. Funnily enough, if Flat Earth,
I don't
invented-
want to be justified, dude. I need you losers to think that we're going to fucking mine asteroids. If I win some fucking competition, you're gonna start thinking the Earth's flat or something, and I need you to be a retarded person, dude. So just relax.
I am relaxed, but you are the retarded one thinking we are the retarded one. Only a
No, I'm not
retard.
relaxed. I gotta get
That's right.
relaxed. Is what I need to do. I need to chill out.
You need
Realize
exactly.
you just all
You
like,
need,
yo,
you need
1
to
in
get relaxed.
36 people are vaccine injured. I get it. I'm sorry. I gotta relax.
Yes, you need to relax. Stop calling names. Yeah, I think you should do that.
Issa won me over. He used both F words.
I spoke backwards. Which part? Which part? Come on.
What?
Which part? Why do you think Issa won this thing? I just asked a simple question.
Said he
What did
won me over, not that he won. But
won you
obviously,
over?
I think he won.
I misheard. Yeah. But again, out of interest, what did flat earthers again invent? Name me one.
Everything, bro. We named the stars for you. Be grateful. Yo,
not
just
an
be
invention.
grateful to all the flat earthers that gave you the technology that you use today was given to you by flat earthers.
No, it's not. The very
Yo, Barnum
technology.
and Bailey made the circus for people like you, dude.
The very technology you use today, which called internet that right now you're using, has nothing to do with flat earth. Actually, it doesn't work even on flat earth. But anyway, that's a different story.
Did we name the fuck? How about this? Did we name the stars? Did flat earthers give you the star systems that you use today?
I'm gonna ask you, what does invention means? Because perhaps we are speaking different languages. What does invention means?
I don't know. I'm not going to get into it first. I'm going to say that did the flat earthers name the star? Like, did they not give you the star systems that you use today?
No.
Then give me a source that says that. Give me a source that says that. We recognize you are talking out of the side of your face, bro.
Dude, I'm just doing what you're doing. You're with a claim, okay? Give me the citation. Give me the source. Let's put it here.
It's
Again,
Nathaniel Bowditch. In Nathaniel Bowditch's book, I'm not going to go pull it up, but I'm sure I could.
If I name something, it
It's
means
in
I'm the
Nathaniel Bowditch's book that the flat earthers like are the ones that name the stars. Go eat a dick, dude. I don't care.
So to be clear, okay, for the room and everyone, if I find something and if I name that thing, does that mean I am the inventor? I have invented that thing. Is that correct?
I can answer this one. No.
Thank you. Dude, I love you.
He didn't say invention. And if he's talking about the star system and the mapping of it, then yeah, that's an invention. A way to navigate the world.
Okay, so what you're saying is Isaac Newton invented gravity. Is that correct?
No. Good false dichotomy, though.
No. But by your own logic and standards, that's
No,
what he did. Then.
no, it's not. You're just literally straw manning. You're an idiot.
Hang on, Hammereyes. That's equivocation. He said invented a way to map the star system. If you said Isaac Newton invented the idea of gravity, that also wouldn't be correct because Isaac Newton didn't come up with gravitas or weight. So even if what you're trying to do is working, it's not correct. Even if the equivocation is granted, you're not correct. You're incorrect.
No, I'm not. I am because Isaac simply
You are
said
correct, yes.
invented the star names. Everyone heard. I'm not putting word in anyone's mouth. That's literally what he said.
I'm not defending his idea. I'm attacking your bad idea, which is that Isaac Newton invented gravity, and that's the same thing that he meant when he said invented mapping the star system.
Let me clear this one up. When I said they named, hey brother, let me clear this up. When I said like they named the stars, forgive me. I didn't, because granted every language could have different names for all these different things. My point is that it was flat earthers that came up with like the star systems that we use, like Orion's belt, like all of those particular constellations in that way were given to, like the Big Bear, Polar, like all this stuff was given to us by flat earthers, and that was the point I was trying to get to.
Okay, some of the best things happen in the math. Okay. Algebra is an example. Okay, was invented by who?
Oh, was it invented or was it discovered, Hammer Eyes? Does it exist outside of us? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, exactly. I know, but exactly same for the star system. So I'm doing exactly what you did. But wait a
Oh,
second.
you did the exact same thing we did. Oh,
Yeah, this is just a weird. This is a weird
I-
trail you're trying to lead people down, Hammer Eyes. Do you have a different point, or do you have a different way to go about it?
You know, he kept saying, you know, I would love to see this source where he says flat earthers discovered that, you know, invented this thing. The stars and
Yeah, that's the thing. Even if he
oh,
said, invented, your point at best is low-hanging fruit, and at worst, you're equivocating two things that aren't the same. So, do you have a different trail you can go down? This isn't great for you.
But that's thanks for your, you know, vote of confidence. I wasn't asking for your I wasn't asking for your input. I was talking to Isa.
No, I'm
I'm doing
moderating
exactly
you.
what you're doing. I am exactly doing what is happening. I'm saying exactly what Isa is saying. Okay, so you can so we all agree we cannot use that term, correct? We cannot say flat Earth is invented. Now, my next question is,
No, I said we gave you the internet.
You didn't.
Yeah, I said
No.
flat earthers invented the
No.
internet. They invented
No.
all that
US
shit that
Army-
you use.
No.
And we
No.
also named, like, created the star systems and the patterns that you recognize today. And I
You
said,
definitely did
prove to
not
me that it
invent
does.
the internet.
And when I said that they mapped the stars and gave that to us, you said no, and I asked you for a source, which none of you will ever be able to provide for me.
I'm asking, you know, listen, I'm not claiming any of these, okay? You're saying, you know, flat Earth invented internet, and that's a fucking massive no. Okay.
Well, do you know what
So
that person that invented the internet thought about the Earth?
it's
In
wishful
fact,
thinking.
didn't the
It's
internet
wishful.
come from DARPA, who says that they make their planes for a flat, non-rotational Earth? So what the fuck would you know about the people that created the internet?
Because listen, you know, I've been using internet almost from day one, Okay, so I know
Did DARPA make the internet?
everything you can guess, you can
No.
imagine. What I do for a living is to do with internet, manage internet and whatnot. Okay, so I
You
know
sit in a cubicle and work on a computer at best if you do anything with the outside stars and the internet. So I mean, like, you know, it's just, dude, it's nonsensical, non sequitur bullshit that just because you can point, like, you know, I do communications. I'm familiar and work with a lot of people who believe that there's satellites fucking 30,000 miles away, and fucking I have to entertain those ideas in the practical world, and yet I still can understand there might be just some fucking geostationary satellites up there that it ain't 33,000 miles away, bro. All I'm saying is that it's more interesting than what they've told us, and I'm trying to say that, like, for instance, you know, I don't know, man. I just think that, like, we have to come to some particular points of consensus. And I honestly, I don't judge you if you think that the Earth is spinning and it's on a globe. I don't. My litmus test is just how we handle these conversations, straight up, man. And then and forgive me, excusez-moi, monsieur. I wish I spoke more French. That's cool. You're from Algeria. I love Algeria. That's fucking awesome, dude.
I'm not from Algeria. When did I say I'm from Algeria?
No, I don't forget. Are you from? I don't know why I thought that.
I'm originally from Iran, but no, I'm not from
Iran,
Algeria.
forgive me. That I don't know why I thought. Are you speaking French or I don't? I thought you were like
Farsi. Iran speaks Farsi.
Farsi. Forgive me. Maybe I just mistook it. Forgive me, sir.
A second. Not everyone knows everything. That's
Exactly, and that's why I don't want to parse. I was going to actually bring this up earlier when we were parsing words about invention and stuff, and like there might be a language discrepancy between us because, you know what I mean. God bless you. You probably speak like 10 languages, so you know I can only imagine. And dude, I have mad respect for that shit. So I hope I come off like a dick, but I'm pretty cool, man. So just so you know.
Oh, you're cool. I don't mind you, but apart from atoms and constant name calling, you're fine.
That's
There you
how
go.
I roll, though, man. That's kind of my thing.
Come on, it's not cool. It's not, listen, it's honestly when you listen to when you listen to the VC, only thing you can hear is retard, fucking retard. That's all I can hear.
Dude, there's
It's-
probably like 11 hours of continuous footage of me somewhere online with like me just being a dick. There's probably countless
yeah.
hours of me screaming like this.
I was literally thinking of writing a piece of code to just count the number of times you just mention that word and just repeat it back to you. See if you like it or not. Honest, if I would share my screen, you could see I'm halfway through writing it now. To just prove my point.
That's
what's wrong with a word, dude? Like, there's nothing wrong with words. Chill.
No, I
It's not
don't
the
have any
word; it's
issue.
the fact that you're not really offering anything intelligible. Or
Why do
intelligent.
all Globers talk like they have a stick up their ass? Both of you sound so fucking gay.
I'm about to get in the shower and listen to you talk.
I'm glad I can say this. And don't forget to tip, at the end.
Well, I mean, I was making a pretty bold claim, like, I'll be honest and be like, because I was just claiming that we made it flat, the internet, just to rile some feathers. But, like, at the same stroke, like, the earth presents itself as flat and motionless. The earth, you know what I mean? Like, the earth, like, the earth is like, to, how about this? This is what's fascinating to me. Knowing that the earth is a globe and knowing about satellites and knowing about the star systems out over here and how gravitational fields work over there is the most goddamn useless set of information one could ever know. It will never help you. It will never enter your daily practical life. The best it can do is have some philosophical impact on you. It's useless information. So if I think the fact that the earth is flat and motionless and that we're the center of it, I can live just as glorious a life with, I think, a better philosophy than someone who fucking knows all the rest of the shit about some galaxy millions of miles away that maybe has diamonds in their rain or some bullshit like that.
Are you interested to know who came up with the internet? Want to learn or not? It's up to you. Say no,
Hey,
I
let me
just
ask you a
go.
question.
CERN?
Let me ask you a question. Did Mark Zuckerberg create Facebook?
No,
Okay, who
but
did?
there's a bit around it.
Who
It's
did?
his. It's his partner, but it's the two
No,
brothers
no, no.
which owns.
Do you know about Logbook?
Wait.
Do you know what
Um,
Logbook is? Hold on 1 second. Do you know what
Inst-
Log? Yo,
you know,
brother.
before Facebook was Orkut. Have you ever? Does anyone remember Orkut?
I've heard of Orchid. Orchid.
Orkut. Yeah, it was kind of the first one. Okay, would you like to know who created the internet? Yes or no?
Yes, tell me, please. Who?
Okay. Do you know when did it started? Actually, or no?
I think it actually started in like the 40s, if I'm not mistaken, or the
Yeah.
50s, right?
1961.
1960s. Yeah. Kurzweil.
Yes.
Who was it?
It was a Leonard Kleinrock, if I'm not mistaken. I cannot pronounce it. Then ARPA basically used his idea, which called it packet switching, and then kind of started. But even that wasn't really internet. It was some sort of local, but that's the best way to call it internet. That's without me going technical.
Why is there like
DARPA?
4 answers to this?
8 years later, which that was 1969. 61 was the first packet switching concept, basically.
I've heard 4 different answers to this question. Al Gore, CERN, DARPA, and now whoever you're talking about.
ARPA. It's ARPA. It's not DARPA. It's ARPA. ARPA. ARPANET.
Is that a person?
It's definitely not Al Gore.
Who
I
invented the
definitely
internet?
heard that DARPA did. That they
No.
had. Okay.
Who invented the
I've
internet?
heard 4 answers.
Yeah.
Have a look. 1961, the first idea of
The
packet
military.
switching with exchanging information from one to another location was by 1961. Leonard Kleinrock.
And if you're saying that, then Marconi's a perfectly reasonable answer.
Marconi? What does that have to do with that? Anything?
What's the name?
He sent information. The
Kleinrock.
first
Let me-
person who sent information overseas, over ocean.
That's why I brought it up earlier. Right? Exactly. And his patent was given to him by Tesla, who let him have it. How fucking crazy is that? Tesla gave him the patent. How fucking badass was Tesla, man?
It was clever, but not like the gods you're making him.
But
It
yo,
was very clever.
forgive me. Were you discussing? Because I'm looking it up on the computer or the internet, and it says like Vinton Cerf and Robert Kahn are credited with inventing the internet. Were you referring to those people?
Well, the concept
Pretty sure
of
those are the
packet
guys that came up with the TCP/IP like protocol.
Yes, it is, and that's what they say. Transmission control protocol. Yeah, the governs how data moves across networks. So where are we going behind? Like who? So who are we
So
saying
the
created
idea
the internet again?
Okay, so the idea of a packet or the Okay, so whenever you talk, we call it behind us as a packet. It's in the line packet, so going from left to right or whatever direction it's taking. Very first time the idea came around was by the guy. I'll put his link in the chat.
Cool. Thank you.
Sir Robert Khan. That's 13 years later. He came up with the idea TCP/IP. What the concept of what you guys use, what we're using now in the
Wait, what was the idea that he came up with?
packet switching.
Which is what?
Basically, yeah, leadership packet means within the concept within the network, a packet, a network traffic or packet goes from A to B.
Or so like a letter going from point A to point B.
Yeah, it's a series of a higher frequency and a series of a lower frequency getting sent through either a wire or the air. And the higher represents a 1, and the lower represents a 0, and then you can encode information with 1s and 0s in base 2 that get converted into ASCII, and then we call that piece of information a packet.
Haven't they been writing letters for like thousands of years? You're trying to say he came up with this revolutionary idea that you can like send something in the mail?
Well, we started with like bottles over the ocean, and then you got to mail and delivery services, and eventually we can send it through the air or through a wire. And yeah, it was the next step up of
Okay,
the
well, you
transfer
said
speed
that
of
like
the way we can.
DARPA was involved, right?
ARPA, not DARPA for the logo.
What is ARPA?
ARPA is the one which came up, Advanced Research Project Agency Network, ARPANET.
Is that like a secret government agency?
No secret. It's all over the internet. It's no secret.
They don't have any secret tech.
That is wrong to say. Like, okay, it's a company, and I do have a secret tech, but I'm not going to talk about it. Of course, every company has some sort of a tool. It's like Intel, AMD, all these companies, they always have something which they're not going to share, but that's absolutely fine.
Of course. The point is like, if there's all these government
No.
agencies,
Here's the. I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
ARPA became DARPA.
That's why. ARPA became DARPA. That's what I was just reading the article that he was put in about ARPANET, and then I checked that out, and ARPANET became DARPA.
Yeah, they have a bunch of secret
But
technology.
yeah, about the secrets. Yeah, well, what about the secrets though? What are we getting at?
Well, the point is like they have all this secret technology, right? And then like some guy is like, "Yo, I came up with this thing, and I like invented this shit." And all of these government agencies are connected to it. And you're just gonna believe the fucking story. You're gonna believe that Steve Jobs invented the iPhone. Like that's not some.
Well, I believe the
technology.
part about the internet. Sure, I can see them working on like hidden programs of being ahead of people and stuff, but this isn't
Of
really like
course.
some.
Yeah, these
but this
people are
is
all
just
just
a way
puppets.
of communication. But this is just a way of like it doesn't really have an inherent like needing for it to be like a secret behind the scenes thing at all. I mean, it's just the way you encode
How do you know
information
that?
through the air. It's like, well, it's not that even if it was a secret that they knew beforehand or they had full control over or whatever, it doesn't really change much. I mean, it'd be way better for even if it was a secret to publish it all throughout, so that people will use it for spreading their narratives or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, that's
this is just a way
exactly
of
what it's
encoding
for.
information. And I don't see
Exactly.
why that small group of people, as opposed to the vast majority of humans outside, would be the first to come up, unless they have like some secret keys to the universe or whatever. I don't see
Oh,
why a small
yeah.
group would be the first to come up with an idea on how to translate information in such a way for that type of protocol. Why wouldn't the majority of humans have the better odds of discovering that? And then they
seems like
mention that discovery.
there's a lot of people that talk about taking drugs and getting ideas from like beings and shit. Like there's a lot of people that talk about seeing demons and taking drugs and getting information from demons, basically. Well, they don't say they're
Well,
demons.
yeah, but what does that have to do with the internet thing?
The point is, yeah, people don't just invent the internet. That's not some shit like normal people just do.
Well, how about this? Hold on. No, get real with it. Get real with it. You know who JPL is? You know, Jet Propulsion Laboratories. Like the guy who created that, right? The guy who worked with like all those guys used to do like seances with Aleister Crowley. And like they were all into, there's like a weird little cult group of shit that was happening amongst those scientists. So that's kind of what he's referring to. And there's a lot of evidence for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's a
like,
lot, yeah.
there's like,
But
so
it's such a
there is
small
evidence
group
that
of
there's a group of
scientists, though.
people. Well, hold on. I'm just going to tie in what he's talking about, just so it makes
All right,
some,
gotcha.
whatever. Just to make it, it's not. He's not taking it out of left field. Like the point is that like JPL and all these guys, like they were into the occult. That's why Dawn's
You
into
don't
the
know Jack Parsons,
He's
by
into
the way.
Aleister Crowley because
Mhm.
he wants to be a part of the secret cult that went to space and they think they're going to the moon and they're into like transgender surgeries and dildos. I don't know. You'd have to ask Dawn.
Yeah.
You know, you
Hey,
got fucking trannies on the brain.
They got the whole package, yeah.
Nah,
There's
man. They're
a
just the music videos, dude. They're in the music videos and it's disgusting and I'm sick of it.
they're on the TV. Yeah.
But I don't see why that small group of occult scientists would know
Well, you'd
more
have to
than
ask
the
Dawn.
majority of
You'd have
people.
to ask
Then.
Dawn.
Isn't
Are
that
they
how it
like
always
smart?
works?
Yeah, but that would mean that they're like inherently smarter than the rest of us or something.
No, it
I don't
doesn't.
buy
It
that.
doesn't mean that. It means they're given the information. And that's how
Well,
it
check
always
it out.
works. It
By
always
who, though?
works.
By who?
Hey, hold
Some
on. Real
super
simple.
intelligence? By who?
Demons.
Real simple. They're called occultists, and occulting means to hide things. So we're just curious what they're hiding. I think if that's not,
Well, if
that's
the
the line of
fucking
question.
demons gave us this conversation on Discord,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
cool
buy
with the
that shit.
demons, man.
I'm not a woo wooer. I'm an anti woo wooer, but I don't want to get in the middle of this anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I
Look.
don't believe this information was relayed by demons to occult scientists to create. I
Okay.
think the internet is a good thing. I think it's due to the collective human mind being able to interpret information and the way light works. And I think some guy just said, "Hey, what if we make it ones and zeros and we can like make it a packet?" That's cool. The military closes in on this, uses it for communication. It
Yes,
spreads.
I
We
agree.
make the World Wide Web, and we have
I agree.
Discord, and we
That's a
can
real
talk about it.
cognitive thought that ones and zeros can describe things.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
in base 2. So you can because if you were to like in Wi-Fi, for example, if you were to send out a Wi-Fi light wave and you were to actually make it different, so it was like a sentence with letters, you would have to have one different light frequency for every letter. Whereas if you could just encode it into binary, you could have one frequency for the one, and then you could have another lower frequency of light for the zero. It's way easier for machines to take that in instead of like some broad spectrum of different frequency waves to interpret a message. That's why we use ones and zeros, and then you can convert that. You convert those bits into base 10. You get the numbers, and then you can use ASCII to get the letters. It's way better to do ones and zeros. It becomes way too complicated if you don't use ones and zeros.
That wasn't really the point, but okay. I
Well,
agree.
yeah,
Well, you said
you know what
some.
too is like, dude, all that shit is awesome, man. Like, I love the internet. We all are happy. It's like a double-edged sword, man. You know, we all embrace that. You know, it's like some people think that the demons created it, and people don't. You know,
I love those demons. Then I love them. They're great.
Oh yeah.
don't
I
take
love
my
them.
demons away
They're
from me.
they're
Don't take
trying to
my
help you.
sigil away from me, right, Dawn?
Hey, there's this interview with this guy who's claimed to be the highest IQ guy in America. He's got like over 200 IQ. He came up with
Oh, the God guy.
Like
God
is
guy.
160. Well,
He
161.
like has the
No,
highest
it's over
IQ and talks
200.
about.
Well,
But he
he
talks about
created
like ways of discovering God.
I think maybe, I don't know, but he has like something called the cognitive theoretic model of the universe. That guy.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So he said in that interview, he was talking about how the interviewer asked him, like, "Yo, have any of these government agencies like tried to reach out to you or anything like that?" And they kind of talked about these government agencies, and he said, like, "How do we know who's running them? Like, how do we know that aliens?" They talked about aliens for a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, well, maybe aliens are demons." And how would we know that? Because the government is trying to cover up aliens, supposedly. Maybe the aliens just run the fucking government agencies, and maybe they're actually just demons. And that's basically what he said, coming from the highest IQ guy, allegedly, in America. And there's
But
a
to be
ton
fair,
of genius motherfuckers out there. None of
Here's
them, none of the people that I've studied are inventing computers. So the point
you
is,
can
like,
have
this
a
is just
very
shit that
high IQ though
people aren't doing
and
this.
still be nuts.
People are not inventing computers. You're trolling if you believe that.
But do you also believe that intelligent people cannot be a little bit off on things? Like, for example, I don't know if you guys like Terrence Howard or whatever, he's obviously a pretty intelligent dude. Like, he just got very, like, I don't know, neurologically misaligned or something, because what he says does not align with reality. But he's still like a smart
Yeah,
person.
I think
Name
those
one
dudes.
genius that ain't crazy. Go ahead.
Well, like, I
Exactly.
think
Like,
those
you have
dudes.
different flavors of crazy within the geniuses. And if he says like there's aliens running the government, I would need like that's almost seems unfalsifiable to me. I don't know how you would prove otherwise.
Well, yeah, like guys with like 200 IQ could still get fleeced by some bimbo on the street.
True.
You know what I
It
mean?
just means that they have good pattern recognition and they can learn things easier. And it doesn't mean they can't be dumb socially or within
Or
philosophical ideas or whatever.
yeah, they're still not inventing computers.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What is wrong with inventing computers? What was the problem with it?
People didn't
you
do it. People didn't do it.
No. The issue, what all started this was I said that flat earthers invented the
What
internet, which is true.
How could you
But
possibly make that claim? Okay.
What do you mean? That's where that's where this
I don't
all
want to
got
talk about
started.
it. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about it. Go on.
You know,
We're good.
because like I
Back
mean,
onto
because
the
Marconi and shit. You know.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yep.
So back onto this, we didn't invent computers, so who did?
Demons.
The aliens,
Demons.
bro, and the demons.
Yeah. You
the
think it's
demons
funny?
invented the computers.
But they are also part of this fabric of reality, what we call the universe. We're just another part of that. It's all us. It's all our consciousness. We just experience different parts of it at different times. We are the demons. We're
That's
the
just brain
angels.
rot.
Well, you don't know. We are reality experiencing itself. Are we not a piece of the universe? Why would that stop being its own experience of itself just because our human form dies? Why wouldn't the universe just keep experiencing itself as long as the conditions are right?
What
We'll
you on about?
probably experience the end of evolution. You know, we'll be that godlike consciousness at the end of it all, and then we'll restart the game. I've had a bit too much to smoke. I'll mute for a bit.
You've been taking mushrooms by any chance?
No, but it feels like
Respect.
it. It feels like it. I'm about 2 grams of green in. Maybe I should stop the drugs.
Pot's not drugs, man.
In comparison,
Pot's not
it
drugs.
might be making sense.
It'll
It makes
mess
me
up
one with the
Dawn's.
universe.
It'll mess up Dawn's like chemical imbalances going on, so he can't smoke weed. But for the rest of us, smoke weed, man. It's just good for you.
But
They're
dude, I
making
can
the
feel when
frog
I do the
gay.
wake and bake. If you do the if you do the wake and bake, you do it throughout the day. You do it in the evening. You do that every day. Eventually, it fucks with your dopamine because I feel myself getting more depressed if I do too much. So you still got to have a balance to it. Like I'll limit it to like Fridays and Saturdays.
Get out of here with that heresy. Heresy.
Oh, maybe you can just get stoned all the time and just feel amazing, huh?
Yep. 1950s marijuana mania propaganda bullshit.
Well,
I
I
always think it's
gotta
interesting
mix
that
in some hash with it.
what's so wild to me is like you have an endocannabinoid system in your body, like just like a
That's true. That's true.
just like a fucking nervous system, just like a lymph node system. You have a whole system that is built to receive
Yeah,
cannabinoids.
it's like made to interpret the
Yeah, man.
cannabinoids.
See, I look at it like this, bro. If I can get up, like, smoke a bunch of weed and then still go for go for a run, go for a jog, go fucking, whatever, then like,
And it don't fuck
I
up your
think
liver.
I think you can earn it. That's where you earn that fucking smoking weed shit.
Yeah, it doesn't really harm you physically at all. So I mean,
So is it true that if you have a spine, then you have an endocannabinoid system?
the
Weed is
spine
bad
in
for you.
general, like you're saying, all spined animals have a cannabinoid reception system.
There it is, brother.
But I also could agree that, and this is where I'll agree that medicine, like herb is a medicine, and like it's only the sick that need medicine, and that's
Yeah,
something
like
to
somebody
consider.
with cerebral palsy.
Well, that too. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, even like for like like I just think of it like for a long time, like the kind of I always like the way the Rastas look at it, which is like the idea that we live in this like figurative, Babylon, whatever the fuck, like this evil system, and the herb is the wine of the people, man. You know, so it's like the wine of take whatever, you know, instead of wine and getting drunk, it's the herb and it's healing to you. And I don't know.
And you don't harm your liver or fuck up your dehydration or whatever.
Well, that's
It's
why
pretty
you
good.
steam it. If you
What about
gotta
your
steam it.
lungs?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
steam
your
it,
lungs,
you
I mean,
don't
you
have to
get
worry about
tar.
it.
You should, yeah, but you could make it into an edible form. And then doesn't really mess with your lungs.
You can
Yeah,
boof it
you need
too.
a coconut, brother. You steam a bubble out of make a chalice out of
Yeah,
coconut, brother.
the classic way.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know, Oxford
Yeah, I
talked
like that.
about
You should listen to the
mercury,
song Medication. It's good.
mercury and marijuana, and there's literature about how people who smoke weed get poisoned with mercury.
Stop. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, it's just not true.
It is true.
It's not
You
true.
can't get poison if you grow your own plant, brother.
Amen. Rastafari.
The first way I ever smoked was growing it myself. You don't know.
You put it in a greenhouse, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. Me feeling connected with me reggae roots.
Mega reggae.
Here, I'll
No,
post
we
this
are
in
one
the,
with
I'll
the
post this
plant.
in the chat.
We are nature.
Take a look at the live stream text.
You're just a big trichome. You don't even know it.
Trichome harder.
Trichome.
What's that, Jed?
Okay, seriously, what is this GIF trying to prove? No, I'm too high for that. I can't get into this. But what is the point of this GIF?
There's minerals in plants, and when you burn the plant, you don't get rid of those minerals properly. It poisons you. And if they're spraying chemtrails and doing whatever, it's getting into the soil. It gets into the plant. You then
My brother.
smoke it and accumulate it in the body.
If people got mercury poisoning from smoking weed, that would be a way bigger talking point, and people would know about that.
You think, they would just tell us. They would just tell us the truth.
People get blood tests all the time when they check their mercury levels.
I
If
mean,
they
you can
suspect they have
test. You can
diabetes or
test.
something.
You can test for
How do you
mercury.
think-
Like when
How do you
people
think they got that
plant.
information that I just posted?
Well, when you plant
Can't see what
in
you
the
post.
soil, you test the soil for its for its nature, for its alkaline. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're just letting it get destroyed by the atmosphere and nature. Like, no, you're actually
Yeah,
watching
but
these things like babies.
if you have extra mercury in the soil when you're growing weed, it's not going to get embedded within the cellular structure of the plant, and it's not going to get like, if something doesn't belong as a nutrient in the plant, it doesn't get brought along as pollution with it, and especially not mercury. Even in the dissolved form is very heavy. You're not going to get mercury going up into the veins of plants. Is not going to happen. The genetics won't allow it. It won't produce those amino acids.
That's just cope.
That's
Nothing.
how
You
it
just
works.
lied.
You don't
No.
know. If you pour mercury into the soil of a plant, maybe if you pour a hell of a lot of it, some might get stuck in some of the peptide bonds, but it's not going to happen. It's too heavy.
Okay.
It's not going to get sucked up through the roots. Do you
You
have
can
any
believe
proof that?
Yeah, I
No,
just
but do you
posted
have
it.
any? Okay, let me see, because I only saw a stupid GIF of a boat going over like some curve in the
I
water.
posted a picture on a GIF from Oxford.
Maybe I'm in the
academic
wrong chat.
in the live stream text.
Hold on, I'm on phone, so
Look,
navigating
it
chats. and
seems
this
to
is-
be like there's a whole agenda with poisoning the population, and
through
specifically with mercury. And yes, with weed, they're pushing weed. They're making weed mainstream, and
I would think it would be pretty easy for weed, especially now.
Yep. But yeah, there's a lot of examples. I mean, whatever.
I mean, they can't doctor seeds. So
You got
I
to
mean,
wash your weed. Actually, they can. There's a study
I literally
from
don't see your
I
link.
think it's Michigan University. They're working on what are called triploids, and they got triploids, and then there's like another version that they're working on to where it's a GMO version of cannabis, and the females won't receive the pollen, so you can't have second generations of them. They're trying to shut down the breeding industry. The breeding industry is out of control. Where you're looking at like the largest expansion of any plant library ever. It's just expanding at an enormous rate, and they want it to stop because it's such a lucrative industry. You can just keep creating more flavors and all these different cannabinoid combinations that are like recipes for success for all these ailments that people have. And then, when they can take the technology and isolate those specific cannabinoids, well, it makes sense to corner that market and make it to where people can't regenerate it on the streets. It's going to have to come from patented owners of these cultivars, which I think Big Pharma is going to step in soon and start patenting these strains. It's going to be fucked up.
well, they do it in California where people can go and shoot up these homeless people, and they actually monitor these people so they don't overdose. So where are they getting the dope from?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they got those like safe houses, and what do they call it? Practice. Some safe shit, safety
Yeah,
something.
who's supplying them? That's what Donald Trump. We need to find out who's supplying them motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, harm reduction. That's what they call themselves, harm reduction specialists.
Right. And now you got a position making $150,000 a year watching junkies from overdosing.
Yeah, it's like an applicant position for being a Dr. Kevorkian, right? Like you're slowly working your way up the ladder to just euthanizing people, but you're starting
And I
off
was
barbiturates.
raised around dope heads all my life. I know a crackhead when I see one.
Yeah, what you're talking about right now is in San Francisco and Los Angeles, and I live in Silicon Valley, so I know what you're talking about. But yeah, there are these areas where people are allowed to actually go and get like medical assistance for shooting up heroin or crack or whatever else intravenously. So it's pretty fucked up, and there's nurses and stuff that are there.
Right. Now wait till
And
it gets popularized when America's depressed. I'm like, just go to your local Walgreens and just stick your arm in that fucking blood pressure thing and prick. All right. Then everybody's walking. Man, I don't know, man. It's kind of fucked up.
yeah,
Trying to
it
keep
is
everybody
fucked up.
sedated.
They're trying to regularize the fact that it's okay if you're a heroin addict or something.
No, you all
They don't want you to think.
You all
They
misunderstand.
don't want you to use your mind.
No, we're not misunderstanding. It's what's happening.
It's to stop them doing it in your shopping centers. That's why we built a special room.
What happened to say no to drugs? What happened to say no to drugs?
Of course,
Clearly
that
that
would be
didn't
better,
work.
But they make their own choice. It's freedom, isn't it?
Well, it's not freedom if you're gonna legally let me do it, but then penalize a crackhead for stuffing crack up his ass.
What? No. There's some countries have got a space where you can use. It's still illegal to buy it, I think. But because they've already bought it, then they're allowed to use it in that space.
So it's illegal sometimes, but not illegal other times.
Right. It's illegal to buy it, but it's legal to go and dope up in front
It's
of
a solution.
law enforcement. Like, what the fuck?
It's not a
a
solution. It's a
solution.
fucking excuse. Sorry, Don, but no.
The drugs are already there, and then we've
Philadelphia
created
looks
a
good,
safe
though.
space.
Oh yeah, in Kensington. Oh my god.
Philly's booming right now.
Yeah, Kensington. I've seen some videos of people that do like Kensington walks. They're just like, just have their cell phone out.
It's
and they're just
crazy,
walking.
bro.
Oh, it's nuts. Yeah, and I live very close to San Francisco and Oakland, and you go there and it looks bad. Then you see Kensington. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
whoa,
Oh my
that's like
god.
10 times as worse. That's nuts.
Tent City.
It's literally like The Walking Dead, I think.
But yeah, either way, in regards to the drugs and the fact that San Francisco is completely disgusting, I will never go there unless I have unless I have to. It's like 50 miles from me. But either way, the fact is they are now letting people just shit in the streets using needles, and they have these drug centers where nurses are located, and they can go in there and they can actually get clean needles where they can actually use intravenous drugs of their choice. They're not being prescribed drugs. It's just like, oh yeah, you got some heroin? Here's a needle. So they're doing that. It's disgusting.
And then they'll step in and they'll realize, hey, we got people coming up that want to experience, but they don't have the product. Hey, we got it. Yeah, just lay down.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if the nurses were actually like, oh, you don't have anything? How much money you got? I'll hook you up.
Oh yeah, your health insurance. You got insurance? Yeah, you good. And then when they die, they'll
being
say
ridiculous.
they'll find a way to say it was suicide, so it can't get
They
anything
don't
off of the
supply
insurance.
it. If they supplied it, that would defeat the whole point of it, and they wouldn't get away with it.
Go to
What
San
point?
Francisco, Don. I'm sorry. Go to San Francisco for one day and you'll find out what's happening. It's not what you think.
I'll give you that it's being normalized, but that's because that's one way to treat it.
Didn't most of the heroin come from Afghanistan, anyways?
Exactly. From opium
Hey, yo, did you
extract.
see the
Exactly.
did you see the Canadian banks that got fined for laundering all the fentanyl money coming in from Canada? Like they're bringing the fentanyl in from Canada, and like all these banks actually it was under Biden. They fined all these banks for money laundering the fentanyl.
Bro, it's like wasn't it like 100 million pounds as compared to several billion pounds from the southern border?
I mean, maybe so, but I just know like there was these banks that got held, like they had to pay a fine for the money laundering of a bunch of groups that were selling fentanyl.
Yeah, but I think it was like less than 1% of the total fentanyl transactional things from between the borders.
I think that most fentanyl is coming through the Mexico border, but how Mexico is getting it, I don't know. But also, as a question, I don't. What is the? How is it derived? Like, is fentanyl just a serious?
I think it's lab made, right?
Yeah, it's like yeah, I believe so. But it's like
Yeah,
Isn't a
opium,
lot
right?
of it made in
Heroin, but
China?
it's like,
The China sends it to South
Are
America,
fentanyl.
I think China sends a lot
and
of
then
it
they
out.
bring it up.
all I'm saying is it a serious form of like dilaudid or heroin or something like that?
Way
Car.
It's like 1,000 times stronger version of heroin, pretty
It's
much.
car
No, but
fentanyl.
it's derived from like
No, it's
where is
completely
fentanyl?
I think
completely
it's just
synthetic.
a synthetically made molecule that should resemble an opioid, and they made it very strong.
It's a synthetic precursor for car fentanyl, which is just a stronger version of it. And it's synthetically made and it's most commonly used for like very, very heavy sedation of like giant animals and stuff. Or say you were in a house fire and you had like your clothes and something shit melted all over your skin and they had to scrape stuff off of your skin like live fire burn stuff like that, like that's what they'll give you to try to kill that pain.
I remember seeing a video
Holy
a
shit!
long time ago where these guys was in it was some Iraqi soldiers and they were saying death to America and they were eating those damn poppies, that those big ass plants, and
Yeah,
their
bro.
mouth was full and they was just like ah, and they had fucking ARs or whatever they had and they was going to go fight. I was like, what the fuck, they fight these niggas? Hell no.
But the fucking youthies also say death to America. So how do a lot of leftists support the fucking Houthis, right? From Yemen. Like you see Hassan Piker and all these people are kind of in support of the Houthis and they say death to America. And that's supposed to be an American political party. Seems kind of weird.
When people say death to America, it's not literally blow up the land. It's a system. It's like death to
But if they
Babylon.
could, they
It's
would,
not,
though. If they could, they would. If they had
no,
nukes, they would try
not
this.
blow it up necessarily. If we could negotiate with the people, then yeah, you could prevent war. Don't nobody want to just go to war like
They
that.
just want to spread Islam, though, everywhere they can. That's the end goal.
Oh, if you're talking about the radicals, yeah, that's different. You just got to whoop their ass. That's different.
Has anyone, aside from myself, ever been in war?
I have not.
Been in the info war.
No, I mean
I've
literally
been to
in war.
training, but not war.
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'm just asking because yeah, I did 3 deployments in Iraq, but I never saw anyone over there doing that. I saw a bunch of helpless people that were fighting for their lives. That's pretty much what I saw. And unfortunately, I did have to engage in combat because they were attacking us and things like that. But for the most part, it wasn't wars. The Iraq war is not what people think because I was there 3 times, 3 deployments. And what you were told on the TV is not what happened. That being said, I'm just going to end it for there. Unless you have any questions, but most of the time, people don't have any questions because they already have their preconceived ideas about what that actually happened, what that situation actually happened, and blah, 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 blah.
What was the point of the war?
How many towel heads you killed? Stab their ass.
It's conquering.
You took my oil.
Yeah, it's every single location. Okay, let me go back. So when I was there, they asked my chief, said, "Hey, what are we here for?" This is my 2nd deployment I was on, or I think my 2nd deployment. So like, what are we doing here? What's the purpose? And he said to spread democracy. I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't even understand what that meant. But then I was asking other people, like, what are we here for? And they were, oh yeah, to spread democracy and for diplomacy and also to conquer. Every single place the United States has ever been to that there was a war involved, we still have military bases there. Still. And there are active deployments that go there. So when you start thinking, okay, what is the purpose of it? It wasn't about Saddam Hussein or Osama bin Laden or anything like that, all that nonsense. No, there's a broader aspect to it. And that is conquering.
Right. And who is it's for like the New World Order, right? For the one world government. Like obviously it's not America. Yeah.
But most people, they don't want to hear that. Oh, the one world order, the new world government. It doesn't, they don't hear that. They just think about it like, oh, there's Fox and CNN. You know, the United States has the most valuable media networks in the world. Other countries in the world, they know about Fox and CNN and MSNBC and ABC, all these other things. They know about that. But the fucked up thing about it is, again, I don't know who the president of Australia is right now, or the prime minister of Australia. I'm sorry, yeah, or whatever. But everyone knows who Donald Trump is.
Right. The world even cheers for the American president. That's crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My president.
Yeah, don't be talking about my president without thinking. I'm not going to try, man.
Man,
Hey,
he's
yo,
some oil.
Oh yeah, I love Trump. And yo, big up homeboy for serving, man. I didn't know you were a combat vet. Big up, respect.
Wait, who is that?
You saying big up, man. Thank you for your service.
Oh, well, I guess.
Yeah, no, I know what it is because like I had all my. I mean, back at the time, I was like a conspiracy theorist, and all my friends were like, "You're an anti-American," and I was like, "Yo, 9/11 was an inside job and shit." And they were all going over there, and I know, like, when they came back, man, they're all fucked up and they're all on drugs, and it's horrible. Actually, a buddy of mine wrote a
Yeah,
book
I'll,
and
I'll
shit. I
fully
should
admit
read
that when
it.
I got out of the military, that was coming up on about 19 years ago. I got out. Yeah, the first thing I started doing was drinking a lot and using hard drugs. Never did heroin, but it was like cocaine. That was like a big thing. And then later I got off that. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that whole thing, but yeah, a lot of veterans have that situation.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
saw
what's
this.
so fucked. It's like it winded up. At least from I know from all my buddies, like it's like and this is why I have to. You got to respect all the soldiers. Is that you're not there. You're there with your people that you went to fucking training or whatever with, and those are the people you're fighting for, not fucking these ideological shit that the government is doing. And that's why I love Trump, is because it's Bush and Cheney and all these evil fucks that sent all our brothers and sisters over to Afghanistan to get the fucking poppy fields and the lithium. What's so crazy to me is they go there, get all the lithium, and then in 2007 create the iPhone. And then and then simultaneously black tar heroin on the streets and fucking everybody on opioids from the fucking doctor. And then then they took the Chinese money and converted all that opium shit, and they left Afghanistan, and now they're into the Chinese fentanyl. It's a fucking operation, and I hope these motherfuckers hang off of bridges.
So yeah, something interesting in regards to what you were just saying right there is I have a good friend who I was deployed with, but we were in the same battalion, and he went to Iraq in different stages than I was in, and he was in different, operations and whatnot. And he actually has videos that he showed me of these oil fields that were the same thing that was going on in Desert Storm, but they were just setting them on fire. It's like, oh, you're gonna try and steal our fucking oil? They set them on fire, and it was just like a big fucking oil fire for
Well,
months at
it's
a
like
time. And
the whole concept. Once you learn that, like, it was North Korea, the whole axis of evil, North Korea, Iran, and Iraq, they're just not in the IMF. It's like once you realize you're trying to bring them into the scope of the IMF, it's like,
you talking about
what
the
is going?
International Monetary Fund? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah. Yep. Those countries didn't have their currencies linked up with the IMF, and that's why they went after them. Essentially,
Yeah, it
like,
could be, but
never mind the resources.
it's also a landing zone. So we set up a base there, and I was a CB. If you guys don't know what a CB is, look it up. And I was special operations CB, and what we did was we built bases in those zones, and they're still there. So I'm talking about airfields, landing pads for helicopters, barracks, generators. It's all still there.
Hey,
So
when did you find out what the war was actually for?
oh, I didn't find out until years after I got out.
Did that help you, um, like mentally or whatever?
Yeah, sort of. I'm still trying to figure it out in the
Mhm.
totality, but for the most part, right now I'm still contemplating what exactly is going to be happening. But
You gotta stay busy
we're
then.
going back. I'll guarantee you that it might be happening pretty soon. By the way, it might be happening during this administration.
So you
But
got
it's
to
pretty
stay
fucked.
busy then to keep your mind off of stuff. Just always doing something.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
I
I had a
saw that.
friend.
Okay.
I had a friend that I did some time with about 10 months, and he had a couple bodies on him, and he would always talk about how he had to cope and how he was repentant, and he literally smoked PCP every day, and they let him do it because he was known. I don't know. They just let him do it, and that's the way he coped.
I've never done PC. I've never even seen PCP. Isn't that angel dust?
Man, they would put it in the wrap it in the toilet paper, dip it. They would, man, they would just be in there with a toilet paper wick, just getting high.
Hmm. Yeah, I had my sister. She sent me some some Jim Beam in a Listerine bottle. You know, because Listerine it comes like in the color, the same color as whiskey. And
Oh
my sister,
wow, that's funny.
yeah, she sent me that because I requested it. But that's the only thing I ever did. But I never saw anyone doing any like drugs over there or anything. But it's a pretty common thing that people will definitely bring alcohol on board a naval ship or in their, you know, their boxes and whatnot that they send over. It's a pretty common thing, but it runs out at a certain point. And after a certain point, people get bored, which I did, because it's just like the same fucking thing. It's like, oh, rinse and repeat. Oh, yeah, and then you're like, oh, I want to get fucking drunk today. And
Then you look up, you've thought about everything in the world. You look up, there's 23 more hours left in the day still.
pretty much, yeah. Well, I mean, when you're on deployment, 23 hours is well, it's basically 24 hours. You're on duty all the time.
Right,
But
right.
the work schedule is usually 12 to 14 hours a day. And then after that, you know, you get to go and eat and take a shower, go to the gym, and then go to bed. I'll show you guys pictures too if you want, if I can find them. Oh shit, never mind. It's on my other hard drive. Sorry.
You know, it was interesting what you were saying earlier about it wasn't about Saddam Hussein. I remember before they captured him, like a month before, he did an interview on American soil with I think it was Barbara Walters. And he was basically saying he didn't have a problem with America. The truth is gonna come out, all this other stuff. And he was just all chill. He was just like she was like, you know you're a terrorist. Like you're known as like you're on the top of the list. And this dude just sitting in the country. I'm like, why don't y'all just get him now? He's here right now. Y'all escorted, y'all made sure he got here safe, but didn't apprehend him. Like, but I don't know, man. It just looked weird. Like they just wanted to, like you said, spread democracy.
Yeah, he was
Somebody
a
said that.
I believe he was a puppet and he was also vilified to the
Yeah, it was
point
like he
where
knew he was. He knew that, like he knew they was gonna kill him. He's like, yep, I don't care. This is what's gonna happen.
I actually got to go inside of his palace.
Oh wow.
And yeah, we actually had to build a little tiny compound type of an area, like a chow hall, right outside of his palace. But yeah, but when we walked in there, I was just walking in there like to take a piss and all that kind of stuff, and we had to be escorted like hardcore, like other military were escorting us through the hallways, and everything was just like marble floors, and there was like emeralds and gems and shit in the hallways. It looked like a fantasy, like Harry Potter type of a situation, but it was like that was his palace, and I was just there to take a piss, and then it was like, all right, I'm heading back out to go to work again and not get shot, hopefully. But yeah, I went in Saddam Hussein's palace, twice, I think. Yeah, they also said that his two sons were also terrorists and blah blah blah, and we blew up all their fucking places. And also Saddam Hussein's palace, which was mostly demolished when I went in there. It was fortified for bunker busters, meaning that if you have a bunker buster bomb that drops out of a plane, it would have to penetrate through about 5 feet of reinforced concrete and steel, and we had to drop like 3 or 4 of those on his palace in order to basically get through the roof. That's how fortified it was.
Damn. Now that's what you call ready for war.
Yeah, we didn't fuck around, and there was a 3-star general in the Marine Corps who did a meeting with everyone, including myself, and he was basically just giving us the objectives of what we were going to be doing and how fast and effective it was going to be. And he said, "Oh, Desert Storm," which was about 10 years before myself when I was in the military, and in that situation. He said, "Well, we're going to drop 10 times as many bombs in the first 24 hours as we did during the entire Desert Storm situation." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I mean, I wasn't a pilot. I wasn't a fighter pilot or anything like that. But yeah, we saw that from a distance, and they blew the fuck out of Iraq. They just destroyed everything. I mean, except for some areas, like Baghdad, they sort of left alone to a certain extent. But like Fallujah, and like Fallujah was fucked. And I was also in Kalsu, Fallujah, Al Taqaddum, Baghdad. Where else was I? Well, those are the cities I can actually name. Other ones I can't recall. But yeah, it's fucked up what we did. Those people over there were fighting us because they didn't have anything left. And unfortunately, I had to use automatic weapons to defend myself because they were firing at us. We fired
Dude,
back.
hey brother, if someone's coming to fucking try to kill you, you got fucking, that's, yeah. If somebody's trying to kill you, dude, that's what it is, bro.
Yeah, but
Good
I was
shit.
the bad guy. That's the fucked up thing. I
Right,
didn't
right.
realize it until later on.
No, and you're right, but dude, at the same time, like, you're a fucking American, and you're all right, dude. Don't let that fucking, I mean, I don't know, guess between, whatever, but I just honestly think, like, after talking with even some of my boys, it's like, dude, you were defending your people, and you were sent there under fucked up means. You know what I mean? Like, like, there's no, I mean, I don't know, that's how I feel about, like, I'm
Yeah,
not,
dude.
I'm not a combat veteran or anything, but I'm saying, like, I want you to know, dude, as an American, I fucking thank you for doing that. And you know what I mean? And fuck anyone that was gonna come and run at you and kill you, bro. Because half of them fucking, like, they're with little boys and shit, and there's a whole fucking bunch of weirdness that goes on out there, bro. Fuck all that.
Yeah, there is, and war is
Dude,
hell.
you were guilty of following orders from your country. That's it. Like, you could not have known that the intentions weren't what they told you. So good on you, bro. Don't let that shit bother you, for real. You did everything you could.
Have you ever taken an automatic rifle, an assault rifle, aimed it and fired it at someone with the intent to kill them?
No, bro, but I would have if I was there. You know what I mean?
Well, I
Like,
did.
you couldn't have known that, like, everything in war is intention and the actual truth, which you thought you had from your government. So I'm just saying, man, don't be hard on yourself for that. You know now, and you can't change the past, period. You're a good dude, man. Just keep your head up.
Thank you. It still bothers me to this day because I've seen my friends die, and it's a PTSD kind of situation. But at the same time, it was either my life or their life.
Yeah, bro. And the only thing I can tell you is we're much harder on ourselves, like, inherently as humans, than we are on other people. So, like, think about, like, your buddies who were there with you, right? That you met and you had a great time with, they also did the same thing. And you're not going to be hard on them for it, right? You just have to give yourself a little grace, you know? I know that's harder done than said, but it is the truth. We are much harder on ourselves than we are on others. We tend to be able to understand when it happens to someone else. It's much harder to understand when it happens to us, right? So just
Yeah.
keep that in mind, bro.
Oh yeah, and trust me, I've spoken with psychiatrists and sociologists and things like that as well. Also, I have a back injury that I suffered, so I've been going to the VA. I also worked for the VA for a while, and I've met thousands of veterans, many thousands of veterans, and they all have a very different experience when it comes to combat situations because Vietnam was not the same as World War II or Desert Storm or the Iraq War that I was in. Everyone has a different experience when it comes to explaining what war is. But most people will say, yeah, war is hell. And it's not video games, it's not movies. That's why, like, if anyone ever wants to watch a war movie, like, I won't watch it. I just turn it off. I can't.
Yeah, I don't
can't
blame
watch
you.